very good album.
So
Anyway,
obviously there's only like two people, like maybe Brimo and P Square.
I think Brimo
Two-Face as well.
I think Dbanj.
Dbanj.
No.
Dbanj.
Yeah, Dbanj rundown. Dbanj rundown.
Wait, no long
Dbanj
thing.
is
Rundown. Entertainer.
Next first album. Don't worry, next first album.
No, not
Dbanj's
first album. No,
first
Entertainer is not first album.
Entertainer is
Rundown
his
is the
third.
first album.
Actually.
No,
Right?
no. Little long thing is his
Bro, Rundown is
first.
the second album, bro.
Guys.
Rundown is the second album.
Yeah,
right?
Rundown is
Yeah.
second.
Rundown is the second album. Entertainer is the third one.
Yeah.
I think the first one is No Long Thing.
No long thing, yes.
Yeah, no long thing,
Right?
yeah.
So those three classic.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think they are.
Nah,
They are.
Nah.
No, I think they are. I think, but
Nah, they are not.
what's good, guys? You're welcome to another episode of ATTW Space Afrobeats To The World, and I'm here with
Belma, pepper.
yeah. Welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode. Okay, we got to talk about a few things. First off, new music. Okay, some of us are not casual listeners, but we got into it regardless. And
Me, I'm not listening. I am not casual. I am not anything. I am anti.
well, for those of
Anti-music.
you that do listen to music religiously or catch up on New Music Fridays, we talk about some of the new releases, some of our favorites, some of our least favorites as usual, and we also got into the meat of today's conversation, which was heavy on everyone's mind: classic albums.
It was very much a talk about classic albums,
albums.
they are,
Yep.
what it means, who has some, what everybody's favorite classic albums are. We talked about
Exactly.
everything. We talked about the man, the myth, the legend, Davido.
OBO, does he have a classic album? It's does
I
it look
don't
like
know.
he's about to get one? But we talked about all
I
those
don't know.
things, and we broke down like what it is to look at an album that is also like kind of like a cult classic. We added that. We also look at albums that are modern classics or potentials to be classics. You got into all the nitty and gritty of it, and it got very, very, very split on many situations. But it was a good and fruitful conversation, regardless.
It was a very interesting conversation, and I think what I would love to hear from our audience is what is an album that you think is a classic that you think nobody would agree with you on? Go ahead and share that with us.
Good point. Let us know in the comments and the reviews or the podcast, or hit us up on socials to let us know what is an album that you believe. Is it a two-part question or is it a one?
Just the one.
Okay.
The one. What is the album that you think is a classic, but you don't?
But you're not gonna throw it out
people-
there. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think people will agree with you.
Right.
I wanna hear that.
I want to hear that. I think that'd be cool. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And be sure to follow us again on socials. And enjoy the video.
Ain't gonna let it go.
BSH. Is there any other new records?
Nicki Minaj, your love.
BSH. Can you hear me?
That song.
BSH, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Let's slow down. Is there any other new music that you've been feeling lately? In recent times?
K-Style, Igberi, man, that record.
Oh, K-Style.
Yeah.
K-Style. Oh yeah, I think we mentioned this last week. Someone mentioned this last week. But it's
I did. I was the one that mentioned it last week.
but anything from this past week? Or you're not really sure?
I didn't listen to anything. I'm not sure I listened to anything.
Okay. Did you guys hear Fumbi's EP?
Except Victor AD. Yeah, Victor AD's album.
Yeah, that was like
Fire
maybe
album.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
And that was the only album I listened to. I didn't listen to any other thing.
Okay. Fair enough. Any other new records that you guys are gravitating towards? Anyone here Fumbi EP? Damn. All right. Nobody. Cool.
Fumbi.
Yeah. That was Fumbi's Love Lost. Major AJ. With Psycho YP and Mint. Any thoughts? Anyone heard it? Doesn't seem so. Pixel, what's up? Happy birthday again. Pixel, are you here? Is Pixel here with us?
Pixel has been going in and out.
Pixel is not here with us. Shout out to Pixel. Anyway,
do you guys hear the new Ajabo songs?
Yes. Ajabo Hustlers.
Yeah, I heard that one too.
How did you feel about it?
I don't like the mix though.
Those guys, I don't know if the music is not really about just quality music. It's about the shenanigans behind it, the brand and the image and the shape, man. All these guys are really making good music. Like the lyrics, they hit. It makes sense. Like this is how music's supposed to sound. This is how these niggas supposed to sing. Like sing. You don't only sing about girls or about parties. Like sing about what people can really relate to. So that song was really.
You liked it?
Song a lot, right?
Unfortunately. Taj, go ahead. Though. Yeah, likewise. This particular record, this Dreams record, is very tired. Very templated. And it was kind of underwhelming, to be honest. Based on Ajabo Hustlers' run.
I loved the original version. I think which is very funny because it's a very random remix that they decided to go for. But I guess
it's very random. Dreams wasn't all that. The original wasn't all that from the tape. Like there's so many other gems from that tape that they could have built on.
But no, I think Dreams like has a little I think people who love their music actually kept one of those songs where your fans
hustle, yeah, it's a hustle anthem.
Yeah, one of those songs that your fans keep holding on. I think Dreams is one of it. It just sounded very mechanical. Like it sounded like the artist didn't. It sounded like it sounded forced. Like I don't know. Like and it's weird because I didn't think I don't know how they couldn't sound like the template is already there, but I don't know. Zlatan came with something different. Blackbone came with something different. It's not different from what Pego and Knowledge did already on the record. So it's like obviously the same topic, but it's like even like their vocal dynamics, everything it wasn't just a smooth record. And the original version I love personally, but like I don't know, it's very rare. I'm not one of those guys that are against remixes or anything, but this is just one remix that I can't get.
It felt random. It felt like a random pick from the project. Because I'm looking at records like I don't know if they even did much on violence.
No, they didn't. They moved on from that project a bit quick.
Yeah, but they're coming back to it clearly with this follow-up, with this remix, right? So if they're going back to it, then they're going back for a record like Dreams with big profile like features like Black Bones and
2022.
It was a long time ago.
It's not even 2023.
Yeah, it was end of the year 2022. But yeah,
very random. And they've moved on already now. Last year they moved on to other songs. Like
they did.
Why are they coming back to it now?
Yeah, and if they're coming back, go ahead.
I guess because they personally love the song and
which is why I said
they are feeling the songs personally. So
I can definitely see like their cults would definitely gravitate towards that song for.
I'm one of them.
But I'm just thinking, but in terms of bro, the obvious thing is that these guys need an impactful song. They do. Like it's been a while. Like they actually need an impactful song. This doesn't feel. I feel like their decision going back to this should be going back to the gems that have some form of commercial legwork like to be done. But this song didn't feel like that one, man.
But I think they will move on from. I think this song might have been just an easy play for now. Sometimes some things might just.
But bro, Zlatan and Black Bones.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, so I'm saying, but Zlatan and Black Bones, like those are strong names. Like I won't throw them on this song.
Which is what I'm saying, right? It could be just a play of let's do this and let's let it do what you do and then because there's already Black Bones and Zlatan are enough to maybe give the record some form of recognition if it organically pops good for us. If not, we can also move on and the song will still do what it needs to do with it. Right. Without pulling those three markets together, those three fans together. So I think they might move on quickly. I think they're going on to something. I would lucky think this would be the beginning of a new project. I think this is going to be on their new project.
Yeah, like Celine Dion was a good moment. Like I think they should still be working on one. I was even anticipating another drop since Celine Dion, to be honest. But
yeah, they dropped like 3 songs. They dropped You Go No. They dropped, like I think Ajabo Hustler, they're one of my all-time favorite guys. I mean, PH artists have a special place in my heart. That's like a legendary city that has coughed out, bro, in talent, like the talent police.
Yeah, the talent's too much in PH.
It's absolutely, I don't understand what's in the water there. But I think with them there's a certain template that is a bit too comfortable. Maybe because they're a singer rapper dynamic that they've gotten to. Like they've gotten this very comfortable template and they might need to push it a bit, push the edge a bit. Because like Piego does something very like he does great. The rapper guy, the knowledge does something great. So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do what we do over and over again till something works. But I think there might have to be some even difference in their structuring and just direction. Maybe knowledge might need to find a hook and Piego might try and do it. Just find something different. But then again, like I said, I don't doubt their talent. Like, bro,
I don't doubt their talent either as well.
Those are two special artists. Like at first, I think for me, knowledge rapper was just like, it was interesting for me because of his witty bars and everything. But I think Piego is I dare say top 10 singers currently.
Yeah, like his vocals are very distinct. Like one of one.
Vocals and lyrics.
One of one.
Yeah, the guy's pen is fucking nuts as a singer, as a songwriter. That guy is absolutely nuts. The melodies, he sounds like his palette is so wide.
Yeah.
Although like it might fly over people's head, but like bro, the dancehall, the R&B, the Afrobeats in generally, or like the pop type of way that artists have always been singing. Like that guy takes every box as an African singer should like take, but generally, and he does it in a very I always say this thing like professional melodies, like their melodies where it's almost like they feel like it's like a white person that created, but it's clean, precise melodies. Like I think Piego like top 5, top 10.
Yeah, I really enjoy Piego vocals. And any show that they do have, they have a very unique dynamic that, like in a lot of ways, should be standing out from the rest of the pack. But I think they're still definitely due for a moment. I think they're owed one because they've dropped good material. It's just the market's just not, I guess, maybe even down to their capital too. People are not paying attention, even though they record like Odumodu, but like with a record like Odumodu, you think some form of attention can be drawn to it. But Odumodu itself has been dropping a lot of features that have gone under the radar so quickly.
I don't think I'm a fan of that song though.
Celine Dion? Oh, it's a beautiful record, man. You take that Celine Dion or Dreams too?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Celine Dion or Dreams too, the remix.
No, like I mean, Dreams generally is a better song for me, but like I don't like the remix as well, so I can't really take.
Right.
Like I'm not a fan of their last 2 releases, but before that, I don't think they've missed. Oh my god, they haven't missed. Like, because even the Fave record was great.
Yeah, the Fave record was good.
Fave record was great. There was another record in the 2-pack. I think it was a 2-pack that they dropped.
Like,
I don't know those guys.
Yeah, all through last year, they even had a feature on Rex's album too. That was
a great record.
That was crazy.
Fire record.
So yeah, man.
It's one of those things where I feel like they're so templated that they can't miss. But I think right now, the little features that they've thrown on their records have, I don't know, maybe created a dynamic shit that hasn't worked for them.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see, man. Anyway, how is everyone else feeling for new music?
I saw you listen to Kazuli.
Yeah, man, bro, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Kazuli fan right now, man. Definitely, yeah. That Motija record, the drill attempts to, solid EP for a fresh new artist. I think it's his first. No, it's not his first EP. Yeah, I found out he had a EP before. But
I guess it's his first EP.
Especially with Dapper, yeah. So I think he's looking good. He's looking good. For streets, quote unquote, mixes. They are clean, with the exception to the remix of Only Way, but most cases, like I think the records were very, very well put together. He has very, very strong and like one of those concise songwriters that they don't really need to, like, there's not too much overthinking. His story is very raw and vulnerable as well. It was literally like an open book. He was talking about how he came out of school wasn't looking for a job, just straight into it. It's like the regular street story, but like obviously with just clear honesty, and it didn't feel like he was holding back from that storyline.
There's one style he has, which you see presence in all his songs.
Yeah,
and he works. At least for now, he works on every song, and the way he flex when he gets to his chorus is like,
yeah,
you could tell that
he reminds me of Bella though.
He has an idea of how music should be.
Yeah,
like that
he reminds me of Bella a lot.
Sorry,
he reminds me of Bella Shmurda a lot.
Yep, like once they get to chorus, there's a way he feels like he needs to reflect.
Yeah,
and that emotional outburst, he just goes.
Bro, that is textbook like, Bella. That's exactly the same high I get from Bella.
It's so interesting, and it's funny because that's what I'm talking about. Studying gospel choruses, and if you study with gospel artists, like curate their choruses, like it's a cheat code, right? Even though we laugh at these guys a lot, but Cade and what's that his other Afro and that
Boy Spice.
They have the way to like those church melodies, like,
and even the recent Bayani is another example of that. Recent Bayani.
Look, Keys has that as well, but Keys is just like on another level, like generally as just an artist. Like, Keys is almost 10 years in, so you can already tell that he's just a different beast entirely. But those
Keys, like, what do you mean? Sorry, who do you mean by Keys?
Sorry,
who do you mean by Keys? Like Kiss Daniel?
Yeah, Keys as well.
Okay.
Kiss Daniel is from that.
Yeah.
Those very like you super inflect in your choruses, like you get very dynamic in your choruses. Then the verse, he has a flow to the verse. He's just running and running. I think Kazuli guy is dope.
Yeah, Kazuli guy is freaking dope, and obviously he made 2 attempts with drill here that were not too bad. For a singer to work with drill, especially with a Fuji singer too. So it's like, yeah, I enjoyed Temporary. I enjoyed Lifestyle. Those are the 2 songs that had some drill productions on them, and yeah, it was a good project, good artist to kick out. Hopefully Dapa handles him well. He strikes a good moment, because I think there's something there with Kazuli, man.
Bro, Dapa really out here just scooping all these.
I swear, bro, it's a monopoly right now. Dapa and the streets. No one that did. Did they call that festival Trench Fest? But they really should call it. Yeah. They should call it Dapa Fest. Really, like I did.
Yeah, it's literally just him. And then there's Toye as well. I don't know if you spoke about.
Yeah, Toye, new Toye. Quarter Life Crisis, another real ass record, man. I thought that was a fantastic record.
It's crazy because it's log drums. I wonder.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of good like talks about them. Like, so y'all don't hit
log
drums on this one.
I think because it supplements what is already there. I think you're immediately drawn to the content of what it's actually saying. Like immediately it catches you, and then the sing along ability of it too. It's like
it's very simple.
It's very simple. It's very like, especially that understand pocket. You're just vibing. You don't care too much about what else is being added, and the log drums don't do too much to take you away from it. So it's like, yeah, it's a proper jam, man. I've been spinning it too this past week. And
it was produced by 2 guys. One of them is actually in Toronto. I don't know if you know.
Gerard?
No, Brian.
Oh, Brian. Oh, I think I've definitely heard of that.
I think Brian did one part of it. Yeah, great. Yeah, amazing record.
Man.
Like Toy is one of our diaspora guys that has been able to.
Yeah, man.
To like. Well, he looks like he's about to, he's cracking slow and steady.
He's already in the right circles, like he's rubbing shoulders with the right people. Yeah, already has a record with Davido, at least from a songwriter perspective. But yeah, I think he's definitely building up momentum to get.
And it's crazy because I questioned at first why it was like, why didn't Davido sign him all these years? Like,
it's still a big question though.
But I think I like it like this, honestly.
You do? You like him going somewhat
like,
by himself?
It might be a little bit sentimental, obviously, because I think Davido has celebrated lots of things. But I think there's also just I don't want to say a negative side of just signing with Davido. Like
the big name.
Signed, because I think this way he's creating something for himself. Maybe Obio can come in later on.
Yeah.
Because obviously that is his boy, right? It's very just interesting how they didn't sign him. But I think if Toye can show his work himself, maybe Davido might come in along the line. But for now, I think the nigga he should just build himself. And because, bro, like, I don't know, like, I mean, the last time any Davido signings, like, I don't know, that's where, like, that's where I fully sold, right?
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I mean, it's a bigger conversation generally, but
Yeah.
I think it's good that he's on his own and not just following, just not signing to his organ.
Yeah,
Like that,
yeah. I feel you. Shout out to my OGs and the listener right now, Osage, Alonge, we have Gracie May as well. Appreciate you guys being in. Yeah, there's I think a lot of exciting new music, even though yes, the perspective the narrative that everybody's like rolling with is that we've not had good music because we don't have hits.
If you definitely care to look around, you would absolutely find something that is worth your time.
Hits. Are we still defining hits this week again?
That's what we are just
Is it? I bet. We had this conversation last week.
I am not.
Taj, your mic is behind.
I do not want to define hits. I do not want to define classic.
We're going to define classic today.
We're definitely defining classic.
I'm sorry, we're definitely defining classics today. Speaking of, let's get into that, shall we? Like, I think it's a good segue into the conversations about classic right now. There's a lot of claims as to what classic, or what is a classic album, or what are some Afrobeats classic albums. Some people, I don't even know where to even start with this one because they've been interesting takes flying across the board.
My whole question for you people is, anyway, you know what? I won't even say are you not tired. I'll just say every week this argument about
no, I don't think this one is every week though.
Not classic today.
No,
which one is not classic?
This one is not every week, but we've definitely had the because I think my favorite conversation, and I love that conversation so much because I can hear both sides, and it's such a polarizing conversation that I'm still on the fence on to today. Is If a Good Time by Davido is considered a classic.
Well, that was part of the conversation. A good time.
No, it's not. But the last time we had a classic conversation, that was the that was the bulk of it. And to be honest, when going back into it,
all the times that all the times albums that Davido wrote, I've sang, everything. A Good Time is my favorite one. But I would like to sit here and call it. I have not had that discussion with myself yet because I don't think it's necessary.
The reason why people will not say Good Time is
Davido does not have a classic, unfortunately.
So that's the conversation we're having. Let's start with that. Does Davido have a classic?
The only reason why A Good Time will not be classified a classic, which is fair, which is a solid point, is I think timing. I think it didn't come when he killed that year in 2017.
Right.
It came in
2019. I think that's the best argument against it.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like Mr. Money that he fully captured.
He fully documented it and
one time. Odumodu captured his year one time. Davido didn't capture his year until 2019. Like just that. It's hard for anybody to remember. Like obviously the album still documents a lot of things like Pump.
Yeah, it documents like a shift in the sound for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the heat of the moment. It didn't have that one-time punch impact. But I think musically it's his best body of work. Musically, I can give it and when I open the project and I just look at the track list, I'm seeing If, I'm seeing Fall, I'm seeing.
You're seeing Blow My Mind.
I'm like, okay, this is a classic project. But remembering myself back in that time, it came. Those were very long. It was almost 2 years apart. Yeah. Some of those songs. It's very weird to then now sum everything up as a classic. If he, I don't know how I'll contribute to this conversation, but if he has a classic, it to be that.
Yeah. I think that's obviously when it comes from impact. When it comes from, because again, I see a classic, and the best definition of a classic is to be something that helps document an era, and it's very countercultural in a lot of sense that it wasn't essentially the high points of the soundscape at that time, but once this album came, it kind of made a strong shift. And the annoying thing about that is that the album's peak, or at least the run that the album actually really feeds off of, was 2 years before the album dropped, right? So it's like that's the only argument you can say that it's not a classic. But when it comes to like just the sheer quality and at least overall acceptance of it, even though when we had it, I think it definitely ticks those boxes. Of course, it's still documenting the soundscape, which obviously checks that as well. And yeah, I think it's just one of those cases that today I'm still on the fence of it. But I can definitely see I can welcome the tagline for AGT to be a classic, and it's so crazy because upon reception for it in my first instance, like I didn't like it as much because it's all over the place, like every Davido album is. But
the same thing. I think River Roses suffers.
Okay.
I think to an extent, like River Roses also suffers the fact that it's something similar. It's not.
You're coming in and out, Taj.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like same as like River Roses, a bit different, but River Roses comes 2 years deep into his career. I think 2 or 3 years deep into his career, where it then just summarizes everything. It's like you can put the 2 EPs together and you can form River Roses to an extent, right? Obviously, with a little bit more in-depth production and writing, but it still just felt like familiar Rema, right? I think that's what
we'll get into River Roses. I think I like the River Roses thing because even today I was having this argument of Raven Roses versus Boy Alone in my head, and we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Lost Boy, real quick.
Is my shout.
Real quick, let's hear from Lost Boy and.
Yeah, real fast. I want to ask everybody a question. As you are answering, making your suggestions, saying your comments, do all of these different things, I would just like to also ask, please do me a favor and mention one album that you think is a classic, but you also know is up for argument. Thank you very much.
Good prompt. I like that.
Lost Boy, go ahead.
No, can somebody go ahead before the
sorry guys, but please, I think before we go on, there should be a definition for these classic albums. Like, what are we like?
So who's speaking right now?
Album?
Is it Burna?
What should a classic album be about?
Problem. If I come and
we should do that.
This is the definition of classic. One of the issues that I've realized now is that everybody is not agreeing, but I think Emmanuel described it perfectly. I think anyway, Emmanuel.
I don't even think I did a intentional job of like explaining what a classic album feels. And like many terminologies in music discussions, it obviously has a hip hop let's say origin story to it. Classic, at least from where I've understand it, always came from a hip hop conversation of albums like Illmatic, like.
Is it only Anyway, the basic way to look at it is that a classic album is.
I was getting there.
Is in the words of Davido, timeless. It's timeless.
Yeah, I mean.
That's what makes a classic album, is that it is timeless. And one of the reasons why one of the things that I personally look at as a good enough like basic criteria when looking at what a classic album
is general acceptance.
Is the not even that, but
I think that's the crucial one though.
No, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
Me.
Well, okay, then Belema, if everyone is doing their own definition, then I think
No. I'm not saying a definition. I said it basically
a metric.
The timeless album, right? But one of the big metrics that I use as my first criteria, Belema, use as my first criteria, is if this album came out 1 year ago or 20 years ago.
Can it stand the test of time?
Is it standing? It's not about can it stand the test of time, but is it standing the test of time? The reason why I say it's not a conversation of can it stand the test of time is because if this is where people now start saying, oh, if an album came out a year ago, it cannot be a classic. The reason why I disagree with that is because none of you, nobody here can tell me they can see the future. You cannot see the future. So you cannot predict that something will stand the test of time. What you can look at are the results currently. If I put on, hip-hop classic, if I put on Eminem's album, Marshall Mathers, 10 years ago, and I put it on today, is it still slapping? That is one of the first things I would look at on my end as, okay, now we can start talking about, is this up for a classic? So to help, basically, in the basic format, is a classic album. It's a classic that almost everybody can agree on that this album or this project is time. That is it. Does I help you, VJ Burna?
Okay, let's summarize that though. I think it's important to summarize that. I think the one biggest factor is general acceptance. Like, is there much debate around it being a classic? I think that's one. Okay. Two is the outright quality of it. Is it the best form of like quality at the end of the day? And another point of it is longevity. How often are people still going back to it, and how well does it age over time? I think those are like the three strong pointers for it. And going back to AGT again, the one big point for it that it tends to lose is the general acceptance. Like, there's a huge polarizing discussion when it comes to AGT, and I don't see that for a lot of classic albums. Like, a classic album shouldn't be a hell-bent debate around it. And then that's another thing. Maybe PR is involved, or just the perception of people on that particular album is involved. It's kind of loose for that particular metric, but general acceptance, for me, it's definitely the most crucial one. Is everyone agreeing with you? Like, if you say a Wizkid superstar, most people would not dare to argue about the classic status of that album. Mushin to Mo It, most people would not push back against it. I think that's like clear and distinct, like, indication of, okay, this is a classic. And then you can even talk about the quality. Then you can talk about how it sounds. Then again, like, I think those other things come later. But I think the most crucial thing is, are we all generally accepting this as a classic? Anyway, yeah, VJ.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yes.
Look, I just talk one thing.
Sorry, I had an order in my head. Lost Boy.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on. VJ Burna, does that answer you?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it answers my question, because lately, what I feel like, at some point in time when we were listening to, before the Afrobeats To The World thing, the albums were dropped then, like, we had albums from P Square, Dbanj, One Deco, and so on. So we could listen to those albums now, and Two Face, we could listen to those albums now and feel like they are classical albums.
Yeah.
Now, like, the metrics to look at classical albums now, you could say, in terms of the impact, replay value, sats, charts, and streams, or something like that. So some people might come and tell you that that's them looking at this as a classical album. You understand? And like Ima said, it should be about people, how the people accept the project, the body of work. So I think if we're looking at all this classic albums, some people will be sentimental about it.
Yeah, and of course, sentiment will come in, because you can say something is great.
Be sentimental about this, because when you listen to a classical album, for me, it should be an album like from the beginning to the end, from number one to, like, even if it's 20.
See, but that's on the quality side, right? That's on the quality side. Like, I can give you a good example of an album that has duds in it, but a lot of people revere it as a classic. Baddest Guy Ever Lived. It has some duds. Okay, even AG has some duds. It's not top to bottom.
Yes, African Giant does.
It's not top to bottom 10 out of 10 clean sweep. Like, that's one of the other gripes of, like, understanding classic albums. Sometimes the cultural relevance can be so gigantic to the point that you ignore the duds in the album.
What it does in AG?
All those Future and YG records, bro. Tell me you're listening to those two records, bro. Tell me you're listening to that.
I jammed the YG.
Like, no, but you're a stan, bro. Nobody cares for that. For those records. I wouldn't consider that a dud.
I think I've said that African Giant is, like, in my opinion, the greatest Nigerian album, but it's not
it's not a perfect album.
Yeah.
It's not a clean sweep of an album.
So wait, so what album is perfect? Is any album perfect?
Yeah. I think I can see Superstar as a clean sweep of an album. Absolutely. Mission Tomorrow, it's clean sweep of an album.
I can even say Made in Lagos.
Game Over, clean sweep of an album. There's albums that you can tell that there is no inherently, like, questionable song here.
Okay.
Okay. So this is.
I think Asha's first project.
Asha's first project. Thank you. Another one that is a clean sweep.
Yeah, the self-titled.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Lost Boy again. Please mention one album that you think is a classic, but you know it's up for argument. Thank you very much.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. Answer that and then say what you had to say. Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear.
First of all, let me just answer Bedema's question. And people are going to be like, people are going to agree with me, and people are going to hate me. But Mandy and Jungle is a classic.
It's a cult classic.
Yes.
No. It's there's actual cult classic too. Cult classics.
Nobody's going to argue with you in the context of Alter.
Yeah, I think cult classics are important to. Sorry, just to draw one point quickly. Cult classic is another big asterisk that we need to add because cult classic is
memory card by Shane.
Cultural impact within a silo, within an ecosystem. I would say a lot of SDC's like projects too. They have cult classics, but they haven't necessarily have a widespread cultural relevance or acceptance. Mandy and the Jungle is another one that falls into that pocket where they have cult classics, and I feel like that's important to like set apart. But yeah, I agree. Cult classic for Mandy and the Jungle.
Is it because they're like alternate genres?
Yeah, but it didn't cross beyond a certain.
Yeah, it didn't cross beyond their community.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, so I mentioned that because people are always like talking, like when you guys are talking about classic, I think the most important thing that you talked about was general acceptance, right? And general acceptance for what type of music? Now, if it's a pop music, we can like measure like all of them like the same way. You get what I'm saying? For like the metrics, right? Yeah. But for an album like Mandy and Jungle, like there was no way they had the promotional budget of ABT or do you get what I'm saying? So now, are we not going to measure the quality and the impact of that album in its own like how do I put it? Like if you finish in first class in Unilag, nobody's going to ask you to take your first class to Harvard and see whether you are also a first class. Do you get what I'm saying? You like first class in Unilag, nobody's going to. That's all that matters. So
I'm sorry, I don't know if that's a perfect analogy, but I understand what
but like you get what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So like let us judge everybody by the game, by the environment that they play in.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So Mandy and Jungle for me is a classic. ABT. It's not
ABT.
A classic.
Who is talking about ABT in classic conversations? AGT, I bet.
A good time. So they are playing.
Malofo. I bet go. Let's be guided. Let's be guided.
A good time.
Let's be guided, please. We're talking about classic albums. I mentioned in.
Yeah, wait, hold on. A good time is the one. See, I thought you guys were talking about.
Why? Why would we do that?
Sorry.
Why would we do that?
Okay, a good time. A good time. I would say a good time. I won't. Okay, I don't get the argument.
But I think your take is very different.
It will be still not take.
No. You have to regroup. I guess you regroup. Don't worry.
What I just want to also point out is in this era of starship and PRness, the general acceptance that people are looking for, you can never get it. So
yes, we can. Oh, you mean in this day and age?
In this new era now.
Yeah, no. General acceptance can happen.
What is
the
last?
Ashake has general acceptance, bro.
Ashake has general acceptance.
Like it's not.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Ashake had general acceptance because he has no haters.
Fairs, yeah.
Because he has no haters.
Lost Boy. I have a question, Lost Boy.
Even the made in Lagos that people are talking about.
No. Okay. No. Most people now. God.
Lost Boy, what is one album?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
hold on, Lost Boy. What is one album that you think has general acceptance, but you disagree?
Okay, that's a different question. But
yeah.
Okay.
Because general acceptance is not common.
No, that's a fun question too. Ooh, but let's come with the fun prompts. I love it.
Which one is it that everybody thinking? You disagree?
No, I think
I'm thinking.
I think what he's saying is he's saying like
and heard about it.
No, he said. I think. Going back to your previous point.
I understand exactly what he's saying. He's saying that one of the things that makes a classic album that we've all agreed on is that more than likely it has the most form of general acceptance. And Lost Boy is telling us that one of the hardest things to get general acceptance right now is that we are in the age of stanship. So even if somebody can agree that Davido's classic album,
nah, it's silly. I think it's silly
because hold on.
Yeah.
Because they are standing for somebody else, they will refuse to agree.
No,
So Lost Boy is if there is any album that he can think of that he knows that everybody says, oh, this is a classic, but to him, he knows he doesn't agree.
Okay.
I don't want to call it a classic, right? I would just say general acceptance. This person doesn't follow general acceptance.
Which one?
I would. Let me not call names, please. At this
point. No, but that's exactly the entire point. It's for us to get names.
You people said I should call names.
That's the point.
Ezeoku is not a classic.
Oh, okay, that's a 2-year album or a 1-year-old album.
The only issue
the album isn't 1 year even. The mixtape.
Yeah.
The only issue that
but like Emmanuel said that he owned this era. He defined the cultural.
Yeah, I think. I think it's fair to say I can. Yeah, bro. I think another we mentioned it. Like longevity is a big metric as well. Like it's another metric for classic conversations, and I think having a 1-year-old album in a classic conversation can only be seen from I can see this aging into a classic type of thing. I think it's one of those modern tags to a classic. You can feel upon acceptance, upon the reverence and the run that it had. I think it's going to age, and I do believe it's going to age into a classic, like without a doubt. But obviously, I won't slap that tag on a 1-year-old project today to say that it's a definitive classic.
What I'm just saying is whether you believe or you don't believe. Me, I don't believe.
You don't believe it will age into a classic?
I don't believe that it is.
Okay. You don't believe?
Which album? Sorry,
nobody's gonna say it's a classic now, right?
It's so soon.
Which album?
Ezioku. Odumodu Black.
Okay.
Lost Boy, can I ask you a question? Because I want to push back to your standpoint though. I don't agree with that stand thing. I think classic albums can transcend beyond the stand quote unquote noise. And I'm sure like most people would be able to differentiate what's a stand argument against something versus it's not. Like I'm sure most rational people can. So I don't think stands have a dent into an album's reverence for it being a classic or not. Like I don't think they'll stain it. Is what I'm saying. Like Middle Lagos is a perfect example. It's an album that came within a stand noise and era, but look at how long it's been doing over the last 4 years. Like it's an album that people are revering. It's an album that shifted the tone and the landscape of music in general. So it's like that's a definite album. I don't think many people, a definite classic album. I don't think many people would say that the stand thing had a dent in it.
Which album am I talking about?
Made in Lagos.
Yeah, but like to be fair with you, like yes, you have mentioned that.
Yeah.
But you understand that there are genuinely people that do not like Made in Lagos.
Yeah, but I think they're in the negligible minority. I think they're a negligible minority, to be very honest.
They are not. That's what that's what I'm asking you now. Like, you think that they are in the minority, but like, let's be fair. The quote unquote love that Made in Lagos has or got is like, I don't know if we can check like the statistics or whatever, but I'm not really sure that they made like their Nigerian like numbers did like.
Can I?
Bro, the Nigerian numbers will prove you wrong.
So now,
trust me.
The abroad like perception.
No. It's not necessarily because of that.
That's what I'm asking.
It's not necessarily because of that.
So like now I'm asking like.
Bro, the album is still charting today, right?
So that's what I'm saying. No matter how good an album is, like the general acceptance feeling, like we could have gotten that type of feeling in like the past, whereby like we easily have like a pool of people. Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I'm
we
getting
know the
more
people that listen
confused.
to Game Over. Okay, what I'm saying that right now in the shift of the Nigerian music, right? Let's be fair. We have Nigerian consumers.
Yes, and then we have outside of Nigeria, of course.
We have outside consumers. And now the outside consumers and Nigerian consumers, to be fair, let's be honest, have different values of what they like. Sometimes it cross-pollinates.
Yes,
Some other times, everybody. Now, you can come and say Twetwe is a hit song. Mr. Fax will come and tell you that can they perform Twetwe in Calgary? Or do you understand? Like,
funny thing is he can, but within pockets. But
I'm going to push back.
No, but I'm just saying.
No, yeah, but Made in Lagos is not an album that suffers that though. It's what I'm. But
so like,
yeah.
Mr. Fax will come and say that City Boys and these other songs from Bonus project like did massively well, and we can come and compare the Nigerian numbers and we'll be like, oh, Sheyi Vibes outperformed Burna Boy in Nigeria.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yes.
Now, where are you now judging like whose opinion or whose general acceptance is the?
Do you weigh more or more?
Yes.
Can I ask
that's
a
what I'm
question
asking.
to you?
Okay, looks like Michael is itching to say something. Michael.
With regard, I think generally is all anecdotes he shares. He said that, but with regards to Made in Lagos specifically, I mean it was undoubtedly generally accepted, and the reason why is because if you generally follow accounts like Album Talks or what's the other one? 49th Street. I think that's the name of the accounts. They usually like post
performances
chart performances and things like that. There was a time between 2020 and 2022. I kid you not, Made in Lagos did not leave top 10 Apple Music Nigeria. And I know Apple Music is a small percentage of Nigerian consumers, obviously, but Made in Lagos's longevity on Nigerian streaming platforms was basically unprecedented. Like there were a few weeks that an album will come out, is go number one, and then after some time, Made in Lagos will take back the number one spot. Like it lasted so long on Apple Music that when he released the deluxe, it basically just went straight back to number one, like after being in top 10 for like a year. So as regards to Nigerian acceptance, it was most definitely accepted. I would say like Essence wasn't even really that big in Nigeria. Like I completely agree with your points.
It picked the number 3. Yeah.
Now it peaked, but like it didn't peak like it peaked like outside. So like I definitely agree with his point of there's a taste, there's a different taste here and abroad. But as regards to longevity of Made in Lagos, that's not even like an argument. Like it was most definitely generally accepted.
Can I add something?
Okay. Sorry, Taj, real quick to this point, and then
I want to add to that. Right, I kind of agree with everything Michael said, apart from one thing. Right, I don't think. See, the only person that kind of maybe enjoys this part of maybe him enjoys maybe
it's the diaspora boys, bro.
It's only Burna and Wiz, and on a large scale, trust me, nothing pops here without popping in Nigeria. That's the truth. We're not picking anything. No, there's nothing that we hold abroad that is not what is already running. It's not what you guys have already held on to in Nigeria, right? Wiz, to an extent, I can understand it, and that's because Wiz appeals to an audience where I'm sure a lot of even migration, a lot of Wizkid fans that have migrated to the UK from that 2010 era, to when the Japan movement became like. You get like, or it became a very big thing to the UK. Like that's the core of like, do you understand that market? Like, I hear all these UK podcasts and even if they don't know any Afrobeats album, they don't remember any Afrobeats album. They remember Superstar. Do you understand? Like, they remember the album. Like Wiz was that. So I think he enjoys that, and obviously Burna being just the sheer international superstar that he is, he might also, to an extent, enjoy a bit of.
It's not to an extent. He does.
Yeah, it does. But generally, apart from those two, trust me, there's no music in Nigeria that we don't create our heat.
So, Taj, can you guys hear Taj?
Yeah, we can hear.
I can't hear anybody. We don't create something.
Taj, I lost Taj.
No, I can hear him fine.
Emmanuel, I'm gonna come out. Can you bring me back up, please?
Okay, no problem. But yeah, just to, I don't know, is Taj still talking?
Taj is done. Taj is not talking.
Okay, I can't hear him. But anyway, I think just to summarize the points from Lost Boy, yeah, are there disparities in the markets? Absolutely, there are. And when it comes to at least the conversation right now for what a Nigerian classic album can look like in the time where the market has been open outside of Nigeria as well, I think it would definitely be a case of because to the heart of this question is, are we going to reverence a Nigerian Impact album or a Nigerian Impact plus Afrobeats to the world type of thing, which is going to weigh more? I think it's going to be both. I think it's going to be both in a lot of ways for an album that would be able to determine what's generally accepted, because right now the objective look of Afrobeats is literally in Nigeria and it's to the world as well. So there's albums that cut across those markets, and it's going to be an open field essentially. We're in the borderless era of the internet. Streaming as well has obviously made that a lot more accessible across borderlines. So right now music is transcended from different markets. So moving forward, I think Middle Lagos is a good example of an album that transcends both of that. And obviously we have to put into context what a Nigerian album can perform in other markets, just from what the threshold is right now. We know what the benchmark is. We know what the highest peak for a Nigerian album has been in a US or in a UK chart. We can be using all those things to really determine all those the metrics of activity outside. So I think in a broad perspective, I think the market is open, Nigeria and elsewhere. But obviously, like Taj was saying, in many cases you can't have the Western market without cutting through the Nigerian market, and I think that's where we stand, at least for now. So in a lot of cases, that would definitely now make it clear that Nigerian album or Nigerian markets would be a lot more important to captivate than the West itself, right? So I think to answer Lost Boy's question, yeah, I think it's going to be both, but obviously you can have one before the other in many cases. Is what I'm saying. Does that make sense, Lost Boy? I think in terms of summarizing your point.
Yeah.
At least that's what I believe. But anyway, Pixel has had his hand up. Pixel, what are you saying? Can Pixel actually talk now? Because I've been trying to talk to Pixel for quite some time. It's not working?
Pixel don't like us.
Yeah, unfortunate.
It shows he's muted.
Yeah, he's muted, but he's been trying to come up and talk, and he's not talking.
Anyway, all right, let's hear from someone else.
Hey, what's up?
By the way, guys, no streaming today.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, if we're talking of classic albums in Nigeria, I've been seeing the conversation all over Twitter, and no one is talking about the best female Nigerian album of all time.
Which is
Simisola.
Eh?
Of all time. That's a bold one.
I don't even know the name of the album.
Simisola.
So you think Simisola is better than Asha's subtitle?
You know what? If he said Simisola is classic, Simisola is great album, Simisola is that, I will understand. But what you said was that Simisola is the greatest female album of
I mean,
Asha, please go listen.
To be very honest, I can't rush to denounce his take. I think we definitely need to pull up some names.
Simisola is a great album. Look, I know.
It's a great album, but best.
I'm not laughing you out the room, bro. Trust me, I'm not laughing you out the room. I just want to assess the situation first. Go ahead, Alade. Alade, you're breaking, by the way. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah. See, look, I don't throw around the word. I don't throw around the word.
Oh man, we're losing you, bro.
You're breaking up. No,
damn,
sorry.
Damn. No, because listen, I can hear the argument, Belema. At least in the modern era. In the modern era, I think yes. I can see the arguments in the modern era. You can pull back to the 80s or 90s for more documentation and probably see something.
You have listened to Asha's album. And you don't think it's better than Simisola?
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can hear you.
Hello, can anyone hear?
We can hear
Yes, we can hear you now.
It's better.
Alade, I think it's best to leave and come back. Or at least maybe refresh your internet.
That he said that he does not think Asha's album is better than Simisola. Have you?
There are two different albums, but if you are talking about greatness, or I think let's get back to the impact of both albums. Both albums were albums of the year in their respective years of dropping out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's a fair comparison, to be honest. But like it's a good claim. I'm not laughing him out. Like it's not a bad claim. It's debatable. It's debatable, but I wouldn't dismiss it. You understand? Like I wouldn't.
All I want to say is Asha had people of all ages singing alternative Nigerian music. Of all ages, of all
Simisola is literally in that back book. Like no, wait.
But Emmanuel,
yeah.
Remember Asha won MTV award back then, MTV Africa, which was one of the
he also won Headi's album of the year too.
I think that Asha's album is top 5 African album, top 5 Nigerian album released in
I think this is just Alade's. I think it's a hot take that comes with a lot of like value to it. Like I can absolutely, it's a hot take. Like to say Simisola is the greatest female album of all time. It's definitely a bold one, but I think it's worth assessing. For sure.
Okay. I just want to make a quick comment in regards to like classic album. The topic is, does Davido have a classic album?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say yes yet. I would say it has good. What'd you say?
No, is it Eddie that is talking? Oh yes, it is Eddie.
Let Alade finish because he was going in and
I apologize.
Yes.
Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, we can hear
you. Sir.
Yeah.
Repeat
I have 2 albums, one male and one female, that I say is the greatest albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Male, I said is Simisola.
Mm-hmm.
I think because you guys have not gone back to that one. That album is.
Trust me, there's no other album from 2017 that I still rotate more than Simisola.
And that album has no bad song.
Yep.
That album is it from Remind Me, from Joromi?
No, it's
a 10 out of 10 album.
It's a 10 out of 10 album, bro. It's a spotless album.
I think the argument that it's not
that album had everything.
I think the argument that
I respect.
Sorry, Ray Belema.
I respect Asha a lot. But
this is your internet, Alade.
I respect Asha a lot, but it's just I've not seen an album. Man.
Bro, Alade is very tough to listen. Damn, it's killing me, bro. I hear the argument like this. It's worth a debate for sure. Those 2 albums. But I would personally lean more to Asha. With the Davey album, but yeah, Simisola is a strong one though.
It's between. I think at least before some of our OGs will kill us and say we were talking from 1998. So from 1998, it's between Simi and Asha.
Simi and Asha for sure.
Easy. Let's not refer because
Yo,
that
Taj,
would kill us. So.
can we do a versus for those albums?
I think
we
it's...
can do a versus.
You might meet. I think you meet the people that do versus. I don't think you might know.
Yeah. We don't do versus.
Meet
Mr. Kusman. Yeah, Kusman. I think it's it.
We have Jayla. We have 360. We have No One Knows. We have beautiful.
Bro, it's a 10 out of 10.
I said it's between.
We have Dbanj.
It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
Both of them are top 1 and 2. I'm
because
of
this thing you people have done now, I'm going to go and listen to Yeka when it's
I think people, obviously, the OGs have to.
They'll tell you that the Igbo stallion is clear. So I did not listen to it, unfortunately. So I don't know him.
We didn't listen to the vinyl back then.
I'm a speak from at least 99.
Anyway, I think in the modern era, which usually modern era you would say from the late 90s to today, would be with those two albums. But anyway, let's hear okay, we've given up on Bixel. It looks like Naye is up, and then and then Eddie.
I just say I've given up on me.
Okay, now you're opening your mic.
Bixel, you can't talk.
Now wow.
I'm looking for you. First of all, today's your birthday.
Yeah, today's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Wow, it must be crazy being born on April Fools, man.
Thank you so much. Okay. I didn't know that I was supposed to speak. I'm so sorry. My network has been so terrible.
No, but you sound clearer than Alade right now, bro.
Oh, really? Okay, that's better then. Okay. It's been long I've been here. Like I said, network has, I don't know. I'm currently somewhere in my room where people will just not believe because I'm looking for network. But it is what it is.
Don't tell me you're in the closet. Don't tell me you're in the closet.
It shall not the roof. It shall not the roof. Don't worry, not the roof. Anyways, good evening everyone. About classical albums. First, I wanted to speak about new songs, but since we have migrated, no need. So about classical albums, what I would say is that there are some albums that everyone will accept that okay, yes, this is a classic. And there are some albums that personally you just, love that album and you call it a classic yourself. That's what I really believe. Though there are yardsticks to what you call classical albums. For example, in my own opinion, I really feel if you can call Made in Lagos a classical album and you are not putting Rema's River and Roses, I feel like there's an issue there, to be very, very honest. That's my own opinion. It's not personally my favorite. I am a Rema fan. I can't tell you I can spin River and Roses 2 times back to back. But based off of the achievement and everything it has gained, like last year it was the 2nd or the 3rd, best song of the year, like globally. That's a big deal. And apart from if you remove both Essence and Calm Down and you look at other songs in terms of how big they were, we had Soundgasm and they were very big songs in River and Roses. If you are to match them up apart from their biggest, you see that even River and Roses has an edge over Made in Lagos. And again, the whole Made in Lagos thing, I feel like it's because of first thing, I'm also FC. Wizkid fans were also able to push it. Initially when it dropped, it was not.
Pixel, I have a question for you. Let me finish before you ask me. I know you are going to laugh. Okay.
But this is what I would just say. It was not really accepted until legends and celebrities started hopping on it. Can't even call Essence the greatest song of all time, and and all these things. We now started carrying the whole flag.
It had been accepted beforehand.
Sorry.
I think
Pixel is rewriting a lot of it.
Sorry, let Pixel finish, man. We'll jump on him later. Don't worry.
We'll tackle me up. Alright, no problem. So basically, I just feel like if you can call Made in Lagos classic, basically,
Oh man, is it just me?
It's not just.
Hey, yeah, Pixel has shifted the side in his room.
I just want to say I stand with Pixel. If his network is not ready, I'll fight for him.
Okay. So there were some things that there's an agenda because I said we were going to get to the Rave and Roses discussion. He was already making some points for Rave and Roses that I have to agenda as well. Oh man, Pixel.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now we're better.
Oh, okay. I've just moved my body small. Okay. So yeah, what was I saying?
You were concluding on the Made in Lagos
like
thing.
For example, people would mention Fireboy's album to be a class.
It has started though.
The debut album. Maybe you.
Hey God.
Pixel, we'll come back. We'll come back to you. Okay.
All right.
So I should come down from my roof.
Thank you very much. We'll come back because it's like you don't like you. It's going left.
Do you know what Pixel saying he come down from the roof just reminded me? You remember that Super Story, or is it Super Story or This Life? That clip where the father says, "Jump, son." When the man says, "I will catch you," and then that father now snaked his son and let the son fall down. Why did you do this to me, father? This is one lesson in life. Never trust anybody, not even me, your father. Do you understand? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. That's what Pixel just reminded me about, man. I don't die.
Naye, how are you? And after Naye, we'll hear from Eddie. But Naye, go ahead.
Good evening, people.
Good evening.
Naye, what is a classic album that you think people will argue with you about?
Well, first of all, I don't know about the Simisola one. I even put Tiwa Savage, Red album before.
Ooh, you put Red over.
Drop that agenda. Drop it.
You can't even place it. You can't place one Tiwa album above Simi album.
No.
You can't place one. Like that's.
I don't know about best, but I would say.
Thing about Tiwa's discography is that her strongest effort in terms of like ginormous impact was in EP. Sugarcane EP.
Was that an album on EP?
Sugarcane EP.
No, the red one.
Tiwa doesn't have an album or a project.
Yeah, I think better than what?
19 and Dangerous.
That's crazy.
Aladdin with the hot, man. I love it. I don't know.
Everybody just has bad internet.
I don't understand today, man. Did they not fix that?
Man, is it you?
Tunnel. It's not me. Oh, I bet you people relax.
I was saying.
No, but Aladdin is inside. Where's Aladdin now today? Who knows? It could be in Alaska for all we know.
Naye, please continue. You said red, and then continue what you were saying.
Yes, so I'll put the red album.
No, but the red album is a hitter, though. Let's not.
It's a hitter.
Nobody's
Yeah, let's not shit on red, but it's there.
The question was very simple. What does she think is a classic that people will argue with her about? And she answered correctly. So
red album, right?
Yeah,
I think that's a good point.
Was that what she answered? I mean, she was already.
No, but she was no. That's true, actually.
Anyways, obviously my goat is the topic of discussion, but I'm gonna talk from a non-stan perspective.
Thank you.
So, I don't.
Can you really do that?
Yes, I can actually blip. Thank you. Anyways, I actually don't think he has a classical album.
Hey, not classical.
Not classical, a classic album.
It's a difference between a classic album and a classic.
I know, Bella, my best in correcting. I know it was a mistake. We all make mistakes, Bella. But yeah, I don't think he has a classic album. If he will have a classic album, it will be timeless, because I think it was a huge turning point in Davido's trajectory. Not that the others didn't, but I felt like it was more singles that helped Davido as opposed to body of work. and projects. I don't think if we have a project, it would have been a good time. But that's me forcing it. But I don't think he has a classic album. I think he just has good classic singles. Like, you would always play Davido at a party, like you can never forget to play him, kind of thing. But that's what I wanted to say about that topic, to be honest. Fair. From a non-stan perspective.
Gotcha.
But if I was a stan, or I would say every
album is a classic.
Every album is a
only every album is a classic.
Oh. Anyway, wait. So to answer Belema's question of, is there a quote-unquote album that you don't see has the general acceptance, but you consider it a classic, what album would that be?
A Better Time for me. But I know that's me stretching.
Oh, God.
I know, guys. I know.
No. Naya said it. She's consistent. She said this before, actually.
I know, guys.
She has said this before, and she still stands 10 toes on it. I respect it.
They gave you 3 albums about time, and your answer was A Better Time.
But do you know what it is, though? Like, if we draw out the songs from that album, I don't even try to convince anybody anymore. But there's just certain songs on that album, because I really don't care. There's certain songs from that album I just don't think Davido understood his quality, and I honestly think it was crowded by Davido hasn't been good at projects until Timeless, as in, like, you really thought about a body of work. I felt like, you know when Beyonce says she made this song 5 years ago, like, I wish Davido had that vision. I feel like Davido, when he's doing a project, he just feels like he needs to put that music out there and then. He feels like that's the time. Whereas you could tell with Timeless, even though, yes, he kind of had the same theme, but it was really like, if I don't get this right, I'm fucked. So if it wasn't for that kind of mindset, I felt like with a better time, if he took out certain songs like I Got a Friend, Lala, Screw, like, those are those songs are very, very good songs that I felt like would complement probably other projects, or probably potentially an EP. It could be brought out, but I felt like because of the timing and everything like that, and people just really not understanding the Nicki Minaj, collab, that overshadowed people actually taking time to listen to the songs on the album. So yeah, that's my perspective.
All right, thank you very much, Naya, for that submission. Kind of expected, but I respect the diligence and consistency on that point. I rate it. I know Oga Blip has points to tier, but before Blip goes, I think Eddie. I don't know if Eddie has gone yet.
Yeah, I haven't gone.
Yeah.
Eddie, please.
Eddie, what are you saying? Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. The question is, does Davido doesn't have a classic album yet. Maybe Timeless, but Timeless is just too recent to be a classic album.
Yeah, it's a year old.
It's just too recent, and I think a lot of us were confusing great album, good albums for classic. You might have a good album.
Talk to him. Let's go.
Yeah, you might have a good album, but it's not a classic. Classic album, as Emmanuel said earlier, with Made in Lagos, it got to be generally accepted by everyone. Everyone has to say, okay, boom, this album is that album. Like Two-Face, Grass to Grace, widely accepted. P Square, Game Over, right?
Boom.
Widely accepted. Burna Boy, African Giant, widely accepted.
Boom.
Right? Like Asha, I was making a case for Asha. I think Asha album widely accepted. Classic. In Nigeria, we have a lot of great albums, but we don't have a lot of classic albums. I don't even think any Nigerian artists have 3 classic albums.
So that was what started the conversation per se. Like, are there artists that have 3 classic albums? Okay, so in Tubaba's context now, we can say Face to Face, right?
Yes, and
Grass to Grace. What's the third one? Not Undisputed. It's not called Undisputed. It's called on
something.
Unstoppable.
I know what you're talking about. That's not a classic.
No, it's not. It's not a classic album too. Yeah, I don't. But we're having a hard time saying the title.
You want to be Only Me?
Yeah, it's not a classic album though.
But Taj, Emmanuel, you gotta remember, just because an album
is it's highly revered. Trust me, it is highly revered.
Commercially successful does not make it a classic.
I don't think it doesn't age. It doesn't stand anywhere. Like I don't think it ages well.
I
don't think it ages well.
Whiskey, right? Like Whiskey, I guess. Like Whiskey Ayo, right? Whiskey Ayo and Superstars. Those are classic albums for that time.
Ayo is not a classic.
No, for its time. That time.
Yeah.
It's classic for that time.
Well.
You know, because if you think about it, we still play those songs.
To be honest, I disagree. You cannot say it's classic for its time.
Yeah. I think the idea of it is like
that means timeless is classic for its time.
But Belima, we still play those songs though. Those songs has replay value.
Okay, sure.
So
but you also just said that timeless, just because an album is good does not make it classic. Exactly. So while I might be a good album, I don't think it's a classic.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Remember, back in the day, we never had streams and all these metrics to know commercial success of albums. We never had it. But now what we have streams,
we did. No. Like it wasn't clear cut, of course. Like it wasn't like an undeniable thing where like we had charts or pointers to say. There was overall like widespread commercial value and visibility that an album can have that you can attribute it to being a classic.
Okay, but Emmanuel,
we had Alaba market
report.
Yeah, the Alaba market you could run those numbers. People were actually.
Let me make this quick point. Emmanuel, you know there was a report last week, right? That in sub-Saharan Africa, right? Which is sub-Saharan Africa minus North Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
South Africa has 70% of music consumption.
Yeah, we know why.
Are we really do Nigerian music like are we really consuming music the right way in Nigeria?
Okay, let's contextualize that report though. It's essentially down to the streaming platforms, essentially. At least from what I've seen from that report. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of it is due to streaming. And in context of the internet, not just internet penetration in South Africa versus other parts of Africa, also the companies, these streaming platforms, Apple, Spotify, they set shop there way earlier, and like evidently the economy was even much more accepting. They had more.
Spotify came to Nigeria 2 years ago.
Yeah, literally 2 years ago. So they've had a better footing in South Africa for quite some time. That. Yeah, the 72%, even though it's crazy, it kind of still makes sense.
Okay, but Emmanuel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say someone was saying Eziogu, right? The
Eziogu.
The Move Back album is top 10, is number 1 for weeks, right? That's not a good representation of if the music is actually selling, because it's the same people that listen to the music. It's the same percentage of people that listen to the music.
Okay, wait. We're saying an album that spends however number of weeks, say 30. I think Olamide even flexed on a particular song right now about it. 30 weeks at number 1 on number 2 or something. That's obviously value to show that people are going back. It's replay value, of course.
But it's a small percentage.
I wouldn't diminish it. It's small percentage of. No. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I understand what you're saying in terms of like. The widespread of music consumption, yes, it is a percentage of it. But in terms of Nigerian context, in terms of how most people consume music, at least how we document in a lot of ways, like the competition still exists within that pockets too, like Apple and Spotify and Audiomack too comes into play, of course. And that's why we have indications like Turntable Charts. I think that does the better job really in documenting that. So I think looking at Turntable Charts and what Eziogu is doing for an album that is over, I think it's not been a year yet, has it? No, it's not been a year yet. But for an album with how many weeks? It's been almost close to 30 weeks now. It's maintained within the top 5 or within the top 2 on that chart, and that has to speak for something.
And my last point before I go, I'm not saying Timeless won't be a classic. My only thing is let's just wait for a year or two. Let's see the.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, of course. Yeah.
Let's see the play value.
It's been a year and 1 day.
Yeah, it's literally been a year and 1 day.
So, Naye, you think Timeless is a classic?
No, I said I don't think it's a classic. I said that it can potentially.
It's definitely a potential classic for sure.
Okay, that's my point. That's my whole point. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Ezekiel has spent 24 weeks right now on turntable charts.
What did you say?
I have a question for Eddie. Eddie, like you've been doing, what is one album that you think has like high general acceptance, and some people will even call it the classic, but you disagree?
Oh, the other way around is what you're asking now?
Both.
Okay.
No, Belima, what you say? You're asking me if there's one album that has general wide acceptance. It's not a classic, right?
General wide acceptance that you personally disagree with. That some people might call it a classic, but you disagree with.
But that you're in the minority of.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to piss up anybody.
Mine is Mr. Money with the Bible. Anyways, that's me.
No, that one is a classic. That's a classic in the making.
If you don't say it's Mr. Money with the Vibe, we would not.
I didn't even see that, to be honest. I didn't see that from Naye.
Oh no, I 100% saw that. Do you know how much Naye does not care for Ashake?
She likes the better time.
That's untrue.
She likes Ashake. She just
it has to be any Davido's album.
Any of Davido's albums.
Okay. Oh, so that's...
She likes to be clear.
But then, that's for Eddie, right? Is that for Eddie?
That's for Eddie.
Yes.
Is that any Davido album? Damn, that's some hater shit, bro. Any?
No.
For Naye likes, to be clear, Naye likes Ashake. She just does not like Mr. Money with the Vibes. She thinks the album is not good. She said in her words, if I remember correctly, that
damn.
Know what Ashake was doing.
No, that's a classic album in the making.
Belema has a beautiful way of...
Four people in this world.
My memory is very clear.
Belema has a very, very funny way of recollecting people's takes. And it's the most extreme.
Where I said work of art is better.
Anyway.
I prefer work of art. So let it not be like Ashake's album.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Do you guys believe work of art will age into a classic?
No.
No, Mr. Money, the vibe is better.
I know, but do you think in the classic conversation, not in the better conversation?
Okay, this is the point that we've been making. We're not having a conversation of which album is better. We're having a conversation of classic.
Yeah, which do you think is aging to a classic?
I think that's a strong case of Face to Face and Grass Against again. I think.
You think both of them will go?
Yeah, I think both of them will become a classic.
No, Emmanuel, we should be handing out classic that easy. I'm sorry. We should.
No, he's saying becoming. We're talking about future tense.
No, just Mr. Money and the Vibes. That one would be a classic.
I think both would be. Personal opinion.
We'll see. I think because both definitely have impact. Both have definitely strong materials as well. I think I can see the world where it's gonna have that look of
Emmanuel,
quote unquote of a run. Face to Face and Grass to Grace too was a run.
How many classic albums does Burna Boy has? Burna Boy and Wizkid.
Burna Boy has AG Lockdown. Okay, I think that's.
I'm giving Twice as Tall as well.
I mean,
don't help him.
Arguable.
Twice as Tall is arguable, which is now which now makes it obviously not feel like a classic because it's arguable. Right?
Outside
I think even Twice as Tall I can even attribute it being a cult.
Outside is a cult classic, I feel.
And I give Twice as Tall, sorry.
See guys, that's our Grammy album. I don't know.
I know it's a Grammy album, but the fact that it has a Grammy doesn't mean.
I'm just saying.
Not call it Twice as Tall a classic.
Remember, classic is not like how many bangers does he have. That's no classic.
I think
no.
I think
you can say many things about it. You can say, this two does not like. I don't know. It might lack in some aspects, but I think it makes up for it in certain aspects as well.
I know, but
the material is definitely
is there. Trust me, it's there.
Like,
it's definitely there. But are people going? Does it have that longevity to it though? Is my question.
I mean, the man moves on. The man moves on from an album every year.
It does, but AG still holds up though. But AG still holds up. People are still going back to it
because AG was the first time. AG is like Burna breaking. That was his breaking album.
I understand that. Yeah.
So you have to understand that that's
no, but we're giving reasons to why it's not that. I understand, and I understand,
classic album.
and I understand the reasons.
It's not his first album. So if that was his breaking album, that's why people can say that's his classic album. Because it's not. That's what his fourth or third album. So that makes more sense as to why that can only. Well, not it can only be, but you know.
No, but to be honest, Twice as Tall does hold up. I'm looking at. I think it does hold up.
See, Emmanuel, right? See,
I have to look into it. I think it does hold up. Actually,
when we're talking about the history of Nigerian music, right? You will not speak about it without speaking about Twice as Tall. You will not.
Of course, now it's the only album.
I mean, because it was the first contemporary album to win a Grammy. Yes, that was the glass ceiling.
Once again, you cannot question. Bro, who remembers when that album dropped? Everywhere was on lock. It was absolutely shut down.
Where?
Twice as Tall?
Yes, Twice as Tall came out. Yes.
No, why are you people laughing? But yes, now.
It had instant impact.
No. My only question to it was how it's holding up, and I had to look into it to see how it's holding up. And I think it is holding up right now. It's actually charting. It's actually charting higher than African Giant as we speak.
See, like I said, at the end of the day, right? When somebody wants to critically document Afrobeats, you are not skipping that album. It is impossible for you to skip that project, and you can't. The only thing you will question is like I said, the only fuck up is that he moves on from albums every year. So it's like there's something new in the next 12 months.
No, I definitely had to like because I was thinking, yes, it's classic, but are people still does it still have that classic treatment in terms of how people go back to it? And I'm looking into it now, and I'm seeing there's a lot of activity for it.
And I've always made an argument for this, that we need to even redefine what we mean by shelf life nowadays, because guess what? Everybody's attention span is short as hell.
Isn't that
but that's the ecosystem, bro.
More to do with marketing, though. Sorry. With Twice as Tall, Twice on Tour.
Not Twice and Tall. No, I think it is a classic.
It's more to do because I feel like I know, like, he was still at his prime in both like album eras, but at the same time, I felt like Twice as Tall obviously will be listened to by more people probably now, just because of how commercial it was aiming to be, and not necessarily if people, even in conversations, if we're speaking in music rooms and like you know, people always say African album. I said African. What's wrong with me, Beverly, today? African Giant is his best album. Like, and you forget even about best, but it's an album that people always remember. It was his biggest turning point in his career. It's what propelled him to even make and be audacious to make an album like Twice as Tall. Like it lifted him up. So I would definitely say that, like, even if on the shelf life people are listening to Bank on It more now than they're listening to freaking what's it called? I don't know, Angelina, whatever. Like, but everyone still remembers when African Giant. Everyone still, like, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that's debated.
It's just we're not comparing both. We're just talking about
Let me make a quick point.
I'm not comparing both of them, but what I'm saying to you,
it sounded like you were though.
Oh, okay. What I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to. Okay, I'm not comparing, but what I'm trying to say is that if we're looking at you're saying the shelf life, right? And you mentioned that people are listening to Twice as Tall right now more than they're listening to African Giant is the highest chart. That's why I mentioned that the only reason why it's so is because it's more commercially like pushed out than African Giant was, in my opinion. That's
but then again, Emmanuel even looked at
but that's not
Nigerian charts.
No, Nigerian charts is still active.
Let me say something real quick.
AG quote unquote is the more commercial one.
Okay, it already said it. Chad already said it. You know, Twice as Tall is the least one of the lowest streaming Burna Boy's album. Even the biggest song on the album, what do you call it? Bank on It. Burna Boy didn't shoot a video for that song. I think Twice as Tall, Burna Boy made that album to win the Grammy.
We know that. But no, but that shouldn't be pointed against the album though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you notice that album, Burna Boy never went for bangers.
To grade it as a classic album.
Yeah,
I think Eddie's trying to say that Twice as Tall is not as commercial.
Yeah, it's not as commercial. We know that.
He's saying Twice as Tall is commercial to Nai's point. Nai's point is saying Twice as Tall is the more commercial one, and Eddie's saying it's not. because it was meant for a specific purpose, which I still don't agree. But it is not.
No, but it's argued like we all know it doesn't have a hit song, and it's fine to not have a hit song on it, and like I'd still be able to hold its weight as an album, as a full body of work. Like it even gives them more credence to it, to say like from overall, from just the entire album or the embodiment of an album, really, it sounds stronger than an African Giant as an album.
As an album,
it
might edge as an album.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely. I'm losing you though. Tired.
But I think both of them, like back to back, I think those are classics. I think people try to take away from Twice Store because of maybe the hit factor, but
yeah. And the reason why I had to push back on Twice Store is that usually hit albums are crucial to bring people back for replay value, right? They usually serve as crucial moments. Now it even begs the question, I think, like, if you can't really pinpoint a hit song that is dragging people back to Twice the Store, like, again, it's more credence to it.
Have a classic album without having a hit.
It's definitely difficult, but like they're just but they're definitely exceptions. There are definitely exceptions to that rule.
I'm sorry, but it's kind of dishonest to say
it's so dishonest, man.
He actually has a lot of hits. That's why you think he doesn't have one hit.
Commercial hits.
It's not.
So you're only doing that because it's Burna, man.
No, wait.
It's not dishonest.
He has a lot of hits. Okay. I think I get what Emmanuel is saying, but Emmanuel, he doesn't have that one hit. He has a lot, so that's why I think he doesn't have a hit.
Wait, no.
African Giant is a better album than Twice the Store. I don't think it's an argument, but Twice the Store, like,
no, people argue it. It is an argument. People argue.
No.
They shouldn't argue Twice the Store being a classic.
Why not? It's a fair argument. It is. No, yeah, we're talking about
both are classics. You can't.
No.
That's why I thought it's a classic.
Right.
There's no. I don't know why I'm even doing this.
I think what you're pinpointing is on the.
I disagree. Twice I stopped being a classic.
Wait. You guys are arguing about the point of. I think what the crux of what you're arguing is the fact that it doesn't have a hit song. Is what you're pushing back against.
He's saying it has multiple hits.
But he's saying it has multiple hit songs.
He has multiple hit songs.
No, really.
Okay, please help me.
I think what you guys are looking for is probably number ones, hit songs.
Yes.
That's all. It has Onyeka. It has.
See, Onyeka is there. Bank on it is there. 23.
No,
you
guys are.
Bank on it is the biggest song on the album.
You guys are calling good songs hits. Okay.
No.
I am
Emmanuel,
you guys are calling good songs hits.
In every metric you want to use, these songs are hits. The difference is
in every metric. This man went as far as saying every metric. You could have said digital. You can say digital. The numbers are good on these songs. But when it comes from a cultural standpoint, bro, like, listen.
I don't know what you mean by cultural. Like,
yeah, like word of mouth, basically. Like functionality. If you're going, wait. If you're going to functions, wait. I'm sorry. If you're going to functions, how often are you coming across songs from these albums? Like, there's obvious like tags that these albums don't hold weight to.
Yeah, I think if you give records like that hits, then your standards will be the concept of hits too low, and a lot of songs will fall in there.
Daj. I see. The thing is, when you were speaking here, I get your point 100%, right? Really, man, I get his point. There's this thing of an album having two hits. The hits are like it's like probably like River Roses, right? There's Charm. There is
Calm Down. Roses.
No.
Yeah, it is deluxe.
I mean the deluxe, I guess.
Yeah. It is. No, I'm talking about the deluxe.
Yeah, it does.
Nobody gives a damn about what happens in I'm talking about the original Ultra, right? So, like, for example, there's Charm, there is Calm Down, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, you'll say they're hits because obviously these ones they top charts, right? But then when it comes to Burna did not have a top charting hit. But you see, that's the difference. We look about our hits. Is like we don't always agree that two songs can be hits. One is the bigger one. Tyler, Water was a hit. Rush was a hit. But if you're comparing the two of them, obviously, Water / Rush. But that doesn't mean Rush was not a hit.
Well, Lumsy, quick question.
Yeah.
What song from Twice as Tall did they play at a club? What Burna Boy song did they play at the
It's
club?
not.
See,
It's not even at
this
the
is the
club.
problem.
It's
No,
not
wait,
even
chill.
at
This is a very
23.
big problem. Sorry,
Real life,
no,
real life.
Eddie,
No,
Eddie, let me, Eddie.
Listen, the album wasn't directed even. The album wasn't directed there.
No, wait, hold
like,
on,
guys, it's okay.
Let me answer that question.
It's okay for it not to have a hit.
Eddie, there's a problem that we Nigerians have, right? We act like the only time we listen to music is when we're drinking dumping in the club. It's a very big problem. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes.
Wait. Okay, I said it's a problem. You don't think it's a metric of utility for a song?
No.
For a song to be considered a hit.
No. It is not the only metric now. Like,
yes, we hear that.
One metric. For example. Let me use something there. Nobody is playing. You cannot say "Wait for You" by Drake is not hits. Nobody's playing that shit in the club.
They do play at the club.
No. Wait, now hold up. I'm see, like a lot of you guys are very privileged kids and all that. So you're going to the clubs, so you have the rich people there. Bro, I'm talking about
Jesus. Look at the jacket. This man knows wrong.
Dad knows me. No, Emmanuel. I'm just pulling legs. But I'm saying is I'm talking about. Don't call like 7 clubs because I'm in Lekki, Ikoyi, and I'm talking about generally clubs. Nobody. If you play "Wait for You" in a club in Okpaja, bro, you're getting beat. Sharp. Like nobody's doing that shit here.
Wait, what are we even talking about? Talking about a Future song. I'm sorry, I'm confused. I'm confused. Why are you bringing Future into this conversation? I'm very confused.
I think you're making good points with bad examples.
Okay, no problem. It is a metric, right? It is a metric, Emmanuel, but it's not the only metric. For example,
no one said it is.
An album like African Giants had Killing Them. You feel me? Exactly. An album like Chada Thought did not have Killing Them. So I get what you're saying.
Did not have what?
You don't have Killing Them. You don't have Killing Them. You get what I'm saying? But then he had Way Too Big. Way Too Big was a hit. It was played everywhere.
God.
Bro. You're giving everything
everywhere.
No, this is flimsy, guys. This is weak. It's not a strong point for these songs. It's not a strong point for the album, and it doesn't take away a classic status from it. It does not. Not every classic.
No. See, we are saying the same thing. It's just semantics. I disagree with both of you. Somebody saying work
No,
it's fine. Like,
well, let's go to Blip. Blip has a totally different thing. Lumsy, your own is just a different. You're arguing more what's a hit and what's not a hit.
No. I'm not even. No. Let's leave the hit and not hit. I'm just trying to, because there's this thing that Eddie asks, and it's a very big problem. Like, we in Nigeria have it. If they don't play it in the club, it's not a hit.
It is a factor.
It's a big factor. Are you kidding me?
That's what the record label asked for, eh?
Wait,
chill.
Lumsy. I think you're mistaken.
I'm not saying it's the only factor.
Bro. Yeah, of course. No one ever say that. No one ever says the only factor.
So you just brought up more factor and you want to kill him for it.
No. See. No. When
Lumsy,
a song is a hit and you ask me, do they play it in the club? What you're saying is, if they don't play it in the club, it's not a hit.
That's not what
All right. Then let's agree to disagree.
That's not what that means. He just brought up 8 points.
Anyway,
all right.
Appreciate it, Lumsy. I know Blip is saying he has a totally different thought process.
Sorry. Let me go. I with my turn. I just wanted to. I was just cringing when people are saying things like Chada Stall is a classic. We shouldn't argue. You can be arguing Love Damini, but Chada Stall, come on, like that is a grab.
I think most people. I think most people.
If you say Chada Stall is not a hit, if Chada Stall is not a classic, then there's no that. And I'm not even the biggest Burna fan, but there's no that classic. We can just go. We just go home.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Blip, let's go.
Anyway, but honestly, I've heard a lot of opinions that's just making me just christen in my thing today. Like,
okay, let's hear it.
To start with the question, I don't think Davido has a classic album.
For sure, you would believe.
Yeah, no, don't. No.
I'm joking.
I'll give reasons for that, because people mentioning even this timeless. People mentioning timeless, yeah. I think the only reason Timeless is a good album, is a decent album, but it's not. The only even reason that the talk of being a classic is because it's like people want to embody that classic to Davido, because and the bar for Davido seems to be really.
Nigga, just said go body. You are a wicked man.
Just wait. No. But to put it in perspective, yeah, if like if like Burna releases that album, or if an upcoming artist releases that album, not an upcoming artist, but like a relatively those new artist releases that album, or like even a Wizkid releases that album, that will not come under a classic. That will not come under.
That's a huge like hypothetical. I don't.
Let's
not.
Wait. It's not about. It's a huge hypothesis. It is. Listen.
No, but we don't know about somebody else other than Davido making it timeless. Like we don't know that.
Just wait. The thing is, a classic.
I don't like arguments like that, bro. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, go ahead.
Doing a Feel It dance? No.
What?
You said if Wizkid made that album, would you see Wizkid in this time when he said that he's not doing Pacorama with us? Would you see it unavailable?
Let's be serious, please.
You're the one that's not being serious. You use Wizkid. You made it.
No point intended.
I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the objectivity of the project. Because there is a certain narrative with
okay, wait, sorry, Blip. Sorry, let's not interrupt Blip. Let's give Blip the avenue to land his point, because I'm actually confused. Please help me.
It's also the same problem. It's also the same problem with Twice as Tall as well. But there is a narrative with Davido in terms of it's been struggling to like get an album to that level in that way. So the first one that kind of like hit properly is automatically being timed.
Okay, I see.
And that's what I'm saying in terms of if that were
I don't believe that though.
Objectively look at the project and put just line up artists and like screen them through that project and see if it stands. If any artist at all makes African Giants, it's still gonna remain a classic. Any artist that's capable of making. This is where I'm talking about.
I understand Blip's point now.
The relativity of it.
I understand. He's basically making the sympathy points argument.
Let me
Davido has been.
Naye, please. What?
No. I think Blip, your point has been clear.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, can I just say this quickly, Blip? Yeah.
Okay, go.
Why I actually agreed with the first point. I don't agree with it, but I can understand where you're coming from. Whereby, are we saying it is a pity party for Davido? That's why we're saying is his best album, or it could be potentially a classic album. But where you confuse me is saying if another artist made that kind of album, would we say it's it's like a classic album, or like you can't put
because
like,
I think you underestimate.
Your point became not invalid, but it made me think, you know what, let's keep this to the side. And why I say this is because back in the day, in fact, one of the biggest compliments that Davido gets as an artist is that he's not like anybody else. Like, you can never put anyone in the industry and say,
you were saying correct things.
Wait. Let her land.
I'm not saying this as a stand. I promise you guys know when I'm speaking as a stand and when I'm
you're speaking to the influence or the imitation of Davido. It's not really prevalent.
Even to the point of shouting, or let's even
his style of singing, yes,
that people say about Davido.
Yeah,
he's shouting at the song, he's shouting at us, all these kind of things. No one can shout like him on the song.
Then you fundamentally misunderstood what I said. I was talking about.
I mean, I understood what you said.
No, you didn't, because there's a tiny part that you're missing, which is in terms of looking at it. I'm talking about if there is an exact replica of Davido, but without the Davido brand or aura.
But then you use people like Wizkid. Are you being for real?
Can you?
No,
it's an example.
No, I think no.
She got you here.
I think she. I think
anybody else.
I said.
Blip, I think your point is very clear, though. I don't think anybody's.
When I said that, I was talking about if anyone just take Davido out and put Wizkid and put Burna, or I put any other artist. That's why I said
it's such a wild hypothetical. But
wait,
I was making an example based on with Davido, with who he is. There is already like where you can class it as a pity party. That is
exactly.
It is first. It is first like maybe
but that's more of a reason.
Blip, you're repeating the point, which is clear.
That's more of a reason why this is a good, why it can be put as a classic album. It's not an insult, but at the end of the day, everyone has been waiting for him to create a good album, right? So, or an album that you're like, oh my gosh, I'll remember this in years to come. Just because it went through him doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
Okay. And Blip, to your point, again, I think I completely understand your point. It's the same argument has been made against Timeless time and time again. I've had this debate with other people where they're saying, oh, it's basically sympathy. The narrative going into this album, he was coming in with some of the lowest points in his life, lost his son, his superstar power, his brand, his philanthropy and everything else around him, and Davido, the personality, is what's helping people gravitate to his music. And I vehemently disagree with that stance, because at the end of the day, wait. At the end, sorry, Blip, I'm just responding. At the end of the day,
yeah,
is the Gbedu slapping or is it not? That is always going to be the primal aspect of replay value, primal aspect of people retaining and holding on to something. Is it connecting to them? Listen. Yo, because I understand. PR is an actual hand of releasing an album. Like, public relations is a huge aspect in terms of actually creating good perception for an album. I get that. And people do that. There's literally people's jobs that are dedicated to making a good perception for any album or any marketing release that they have. There's people with that job. And there's also the second hand of it, which is the material. Your point is, you're dismissing the material angle of this particular project and just giving all the credence to the PR. When I'm telling you in the fact that you wouldn't get to the stance where the album performed or how it was retained with people without having a good material to accompany that good PR. You understand what I mean? Like, you're saying, that's literally my pushback against it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I wasn't. Because everything that you just said is listed for what a good album is. I never said it wasn't a good album. I never said it's not a decent album. I never said it wasn't a proper album. But a good album does not have to be a classic. And I'm saying the only reason, like, by this time that Davido is getting a classic treatment.
No one's calling it a classic now, by the way. I don't think we're
a lot of that's it. Okay, maybe
no.
not.
The conversation is it going to?
Let's not fixate on this one.
It's literally a year old. I don't think anyone
understand. Huh?
It's a year old. I don't think it's saying to tag it a classic. Nobody's calling it a classic.
Maybe not a lot of people on this space say Timeless is a classic, but it's very prominent on the TL in terms of.
I know, but just by the metrics or just the standard view of a classic, it's longevity and replay value, right? And obviously it's a year and a day old. Like, it's not even going to be there to. You can consider it. You can consider it like it's going to age into a classic, and that can be a notable conversation. The same conversation we're having for Mr. Money Revives, same conversation we're having for Ezioku. Yeah, I mean, so those conversations can be had, but I don't think you will slap a classic on top of it just a year or two after it's been out. It needs to hold up a lot longer than that.
People are doing it, and that's why I disagree with.
Yeah, we're on the same page there. But
Blip said you people are not going to jump on my neck.
Yeah, but nobody said what Blip was trying to like argue.
I'm not jumping. I wasn't.
It was a good conversation because we've had. I think we've had that conversation before.
We talk about music beyond every listeners on this space, and we bring conversations from the TL to this.
No, it's valid. No, it's good.
A lot. That's why I commented on.
Got you.
Let me move on, please.
Sorry, we got you,
this is the last thing I'm going to say before. Sorry, I was actually going to say something here, that when I was speaking in my time, that even Timeless being a classic album is something that I'm still unsure about. And why I say this is because I don't know if a lot of people are listening to it as a body of work, or people are listening to the hit songs from Timeless, because he had a few hit songs from the album. So in time will obviously tell if the album itself has aged, that people is still in conversations, it's still being mentioned, it's still like, around in like the cultural settings of music or Afrobeats. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay. Weird fact just to throw in there. there's a lot of albums from last year that are still obviously topping the. I'm looking at the Turntable albums chart right now in terms of, like what people are listening to across streaming platforms, and right now Izoku is at number 3. Naham Siaga by Shay Vibes at number 2. Who wants to guess where Timeless is right now?
Of course, it's number 1 now.
Number 5.
Okay, wait. I'm here number 1. I'm here number 5. Which other number?
It has to be number 1. It has to be.
Wait, sorry. Which album did you mention, Emmanuel?
I saying for Timeless. What do you think Timeless is?
Number 1 or
Number 6.
Number 6. I'm here number 6.
Yeah, I said number 6.
Okay, so should I tell you what it actually is?
Give us the number.
Should I tell you what it is?
He would have said it's number 1 by now.
It's number 10. Currently, it's number 10.
It's Made in Lagos. Made in Lagos is number 1, right?
No. Right, number 1 is Kiss Daniel, teaser EP, which obviously just came out. So of course.
Interesting.
So the albums from last year, they're actually charting above Timeless, which is what it's very interesting to see. Pluto.
On what charts?
These turntable charts. This is across streaming platforms, right? So. Charlie Poppy, Pluto Presido, Pluto La Presido.
Okay, you will explain why you're laughing.
I don't die. I know because I told you. I know your reaction when I said it was turntable. It was why I'm laughing at.
No slander on Afro Talk, please.
Anyway, I told them is number 5 right now. Work of Art is number 6. Ghetto Gospel by Lorankin is number 7. Blessed by Mobad is number 8. Sincerely Benson it's number 9.
I mean,
Timeless is number 10.
It's such a good album, man. I can't.
Sorry, man. Can I go down?
Right?
Timeless is Boy Alone is at number 11, which it's still there.
I mean, like
but above it.
Yeah, like top 10.
Yeah. It is the oldest. Well, I was just thinking it was interesting, but anyway.
Emmanuel, where's Ashake?
Work of Art, number 6.
Nah, you don't do that. Stop.
Oh, Mr. Money with the vibe.
I know that's what you're going to.
Mr. Money is number 13, and that's a 2-year-old.
Mr. Money from 2 years ago. You wanted to be compared with Work of Art.
That's 2-year-old album now.
What about Work of Art?
What to say that boy
number
is also
6.
2022.
Deluxe from last year.
I like what you did there, man.
Let's just add that.
But Emmanuel, where's River Roses? That's very good.
River Roses.
That's an American album now.
And I've seen that.
Let me see where River Roses is.
I feel like what you did. Call River Roses Ultra.
River Roses Ultra is 29 right now.
Wait. Hey, Emmanuel. Taj, I have so much respect for you, but I didn't know you have violence in you. What do you mean by that?
Hello. Anyway, guys. No. Sorry, Blip.
Wait, Emmanuel, Ravage would be higher, right? Ravage is higher.
Yeah, Ravage is higher now.
Yeah, Ravage.
But guys, can we come back to the conversation? Blip, I think we've heard.
Exactly, please. Let's leave
Blip, so what else did you want to say? No, but your point was very clear. I didn't want it to go too long. Okay, so what else? Sorry.
What I wanted to say is...
Okay, Blip, you're not done. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, what else, Blip?
Literally everyone has interrupted me today.
Sorry, Blip.
And my God will fight for me. Another one that made me crazy is the Simia and Asha earlier on. Please and please.
Bro, that's why that guy's network went out. Let's leave it.
No, because they are. Please, they are. Even Asha's second album, Beautiful Imperfection. Yeah, I say that's what can even be compared with
bro. Even five.
Because
Asha, I'll take that over Simisola.
I don't die.
It's not compare. I'm not even kidding. It's
no.
Because I literally went to check.
I don't. Let's not start. You're not kill us or this space.
It's not.
When I heard that, that's what made me to even report. What are we doing here?
It's not. Another one is which was pertaining to Belema's question. I think that was even what most of my submission
was about. Sorry.
That was even what most of my
sorry. Go ahead, Blip. Let's hear it.
It's Brimo project, the three project run. Wait, from Clitoris to Yellow.
No, listen. Wait, guys, wait. Let's not shun him. Let's not shun him up. Like let's hear it. We know it's not the. Yeah, but
you are answering the question properly.
Yeah, he is. He's answering the question.
He's actually answering the question very well.
He's answering the question, man. Let's hear it.
People should not jump me. I haven't even finished what I'm saying.
Yeah, answer the question. For context, the question is not widely accepted, but you revere. Or is that a question, or is it the reverse of that, Belema? Which one are we?
Which one are you answering?
Which one are you answering, actually?
Blip, is it that it's widely accepted and you don't agree, or is that you think it is but people don't agree with you? Which one is it?
Yeah, I think it's the second one. Like, people might not fully agree with it, but I think it is. And I've got a list of albums for the other ones as well, for the other side.
Wait, but for this one you said is which Brimo one?
Yeah, it's the fact that I think it's a classic.
Okay.
The three. In fact, but I'll go for. Wait, let me check the track.
I don't think he's saying Clitoris. So it's probably the other one. Is the Metal Dealers.
I heard him say Clitoris.
Not mention. And you know Tajia, especially you, Taj. I'm looking at job. If you can call, or everyone here, if you can call Twice as Tall, even bring it any closer to being a classic. Brimo's Yellow is a classic. Because no,
this is why
wait. Okay, let him make his argument. Let him make his argument.
You people should not interrupt this man. This man has said something that is the perfect answer to this question. The question is
but Belema NDLA was
Lumsy. Let's chill.
Wait, we're talking about.
It was a very simple question. Which one will people not agree?
No, but he has passed that question, Belema. He's saying something else entirely. He's talking about.
No, I'm not saying something else.
He's still saying
he's still making that argument.
On the same
He's comparing Yellow and Twice as Tall. Kilo Yato. What's
Let's hear it, Blip. What's your argument against I guess for you made a stance.
Because if you can
Lumsy, I beg, please. Let's let him land, please, guys.
In terms of if you can bring every single metric besides winning a Grammy, besides winning a Grammy, or like the total commercial part of like Twice as Tall and everything, but looking Brimo's Yellow is so similar with Burna Twice as Tall, especially in the sonic direction, in the quality of the project, even in the focus of the project. I really think that album, if you can call Twice as Tall a classic, I really think Yellow should get it as well. Brimo's Yellow should.
All right, cool. His statement has been made. All right, Blip has made a submission. Blip, you made your submission, right?
Why are people doing like this?
Yeah, I think you've made a submission.
That's beautiful. Blip, you said you had an answer for the reverse.
The other
part.
one, yeah.
Okay. So, what is your answer for the other side? The one that people agree.
Please, I think King Wale is gonna go next. Actually,
yeah.
For Lumsy, I think Lumsy, you've had a fair share of
interrupting.
Not necessarily. I don't want to say interrupting. You've had a fair share of engaging. All right. I just want to hear from other speakers. We'll definitely get to your submission though, for sure.
But real fast, before King Wale goes, Blip, finish your statement. You said
I've been here before King Wale.
Nostalgia. I think we've heard from you actually.
No,
it's BSH. Blip,
BSH.
can you hear me?
BSH, we don't hear from you now.
Blip is not.
I never talked about this topic.
I know, but we'll get to you. I just want to hear from new voices. We'll get to you though. Yeah.
Blip don't have answer. Mr. Wale, you can go ahead.
Oh, Blip is not answering?
Yeah, he don't. They've meeting.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
King Wale, welcome.
Hello.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh God.
Wait.
Oh God.
Yeah, no. Because
sorry. Yes, please answer.
Wait. Host and co-host. I've been muted. I've been interrupted. I've been passing.
Bro, we're giving you the floor. We're not taking it away from you.
Okay. for the
Otherwise-
other ones,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Twice as Tall that people regard as a classic, and I don't think it's a classic.
Okay.
Point made.
I think yeah. This one is not. It's not more. It's more like It's more like for conversation, like Lukesh Yagi, like
Yagi.
yeah.
I love it.
I don't know.
I love it.
If it is or if it isn't. I feel like
people accept you.
It's a good question. It's a good album to shoot out there.
It literally could pass for every classic.
Every metric.
Every metric.
Do people go back to it?
I
don't know what people
That's
feel.
the only problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as revered actually, but it's a good album.
Blip, thank you for your submission.
Thank you, Blip.
Thank you to all of you that interrupted you. This was fun. Gosh.
It was Blip be having those things that we would just be saying shit.
I mean when you're comparing Yellow and
yeah, bro, that was an absolute no. I think.
Why can't you compare?
Sorry. Just before King Wale goes,
Don't worry,
just before King Wale goes, I'll just like to respond to that Yellow and Twice as Tall take. I think if you're speaking to the material of the album itself, I think you can hold a lot of weight against Twice as
That's
Tall.
what I'm speaking to, just the material.
But there's a lot more factors obviously that come into play, right? And I don't think people, even Brimo fans, are going as far back as Yellow. People would definitely be going to the Tabula Rasa or Clitoris or Merchant Dealers and Slaves. Those are the albums that you would hold more weights for Brimo's discography, even. To be very honest.
Yes, I think Clitoris will be. I'm just saying specifically for Twice as Tall and.
Yeah, I think this is a preference then. Yeah,
but if I were to choose in the three, I would go for Clitoris.
Okay, interesting. But anyway, yeah. Thank you for the submission, Blip. Exciting and interesting stuff. King Wale, thank you for your patience.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
You kind of said what I wanted to say. If we're talking about, two things. First question. Does an album have to be a commercial success to be a classic?
If
no, but
within its like its sphere of impact, like within like where it can actually reach. Like we're comparing most Nigerian albums up against like the Nigerian markets per se, right?
Because I'm looking at I'm just like doing some calculations. Like, I'm a huge Kendrick fan, and my favorite, I think, To Pimp a Butterfly is the greatest rap album that's come out in the last 15 years. A lot of people tend to go with Good Kid, Mad City, right? Of course, because that was the commercial success,
right?
But hip hop heads, most people are, I don't know, I guess what you call purists. They often say To Pimp a Butterfly is the better album, right? And so when you were talking about, I think someone mentioned Asha, and that Asha first album, of course, classic. I think it's probably the most successful Nigerian album in terms of sales still. If you can calculate pirated, whatever, the fact that it's still selling the album in traffic in 2024 is wild to me.
That's crazy.
So you can, and also if you were around there, you saw the shift and you saw what that album did in a time where it sounded nothing like the landscape. It was just something totally different.
So refreshing.
Everything. But you were talking about 3 albums that are classics from an artist. I think Brimo's Tabula Rasa, Clitoris, and Merchants, Dealers, and Slaves. That's the obvious one. You cannot. I know some people may not be. I mean, Brimo is a piece of shit. That's different. we can agree that we can all agree on that. But that guy, those 3 albums, once again, going back to when they dropped, the sound, how different he was, how, I think he has one of the best pen games in Nigerian music history, flat out. He writes really well, do this special. So I think that's the obvious one. I don't know if people agree or disagree. Do you think those albums are classics or not?
I've always referred them as classics.
I think that's the three that people refer to the most. I think the only problem is people did like even back then on just the general conversation. Like it's not one of those albums that that enjoyed commercial like viability, right? Like it suffers like because I'm sure a lot like even let's even make that I feel like people don't even know.
Right. I know. Yes. But in the context of this album, I think it's an alternative album. Clearly, it's not doing commercial music. It's not doing. Even you can argue Asha at the time too wasn't a commercial album, or at least the soundscape. Like it wasn't necessarily a commercial sounding album, but it was still got album of the year nominations. It's still won album of the year. Like when it came to conversations of albums and materials in the large scale of things, it was revered, right?
Brimo got those nominations too.
Yes, exactly. Is what I'm saying.
But Emmanuel, the city moved. Like how do I put it? Like
with Asha, is what you're saying?
Asha moved. Like Asha might be a glitch in time, right? But
Asha had a commercial hit in Jailer.
Yeah, she had commercial. She had commercial like as much as it was alternative.
Yeah,
it's for some reason just broke out.
But also that was
the twice. That's the twice as tall argument too you can make, right?
Okay,
so
in a way, because I'm saying in terms of not having a hit per se.
No, Emmanuel, you're wrong.
Jailer was a hit now.
Yeah, that's why again.
Is it until they play it in the
No.
top 10?
Bro, didn't you just literally hear us just say Jailer was the commercial hit?
No, Emmanuel, I'm confused on your point, Emmanuel.
Fire on the mountain, bro. Like, come on now.
No one is disputing. I don't know, Lumsy. No one's disputing that.
Okay, so this is my point. Right?
Yeah.
If I think Asha is honestly the last person that reminds me of Asha at all is Ashake. Funny enough, that the names are similar.
Interesting.
But in terms of just coming up and doing something that was just weird, right? Like doesn't make any sense. Like you can't even if you go into a lab and say build this artist or whatever, they wouldn't quite fit, whatever. I think Asha also came in a time where it was okay for when Nigerian music was a lot more receptive to different sounds becoming a hit, right? She came at a time where
this one is
gospel songs used to be number one.
Yes.
Right. You had, this is another conversation I was at with this whole Afrobeats, whatever. Now, my fear is that we'll probably never have that era where different sounds get a hit, a chance of being hits anymore like they used to back then, because everyone is chasing a sound.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with you, but there's a slight pushback. But your example was what we just got, right? Ashake, Lonely at the Top. A sound that commercially you wouldn't.
Which was why that song is.
Yeah.
A lot of people relate to that song because it sounded nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I think Asha's first album, no doubt a classic.
Yeah.
The Two-Face argument. I listened to. I think that was when I came.
Yeah, Unstoppable.
It was kind of brushed aside. Unstoppable.
Yeah, they pushed me to the side.
Is it a classic?
It's a classic.
They pushed me to the side.
Honestly,
okay.
It's not my favorite, but it's a classic. Also, I know P Square. P Square's first three albums are classic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound
he's second three.
Through that time.
He's second three. That's what I think. I think I called it last night.
Those three last night. If you
last night's Get Squared.
Get
Squared and Game Over.
Classics.
I know that first album in
particular was
they were copying I guess
Usher.
quote unquote.
Yeah, it was cover music. I did that.
But those are classics.
Yeah.
If we're saying classics in context of what's going on and everything, those are classics.
No, for
those three albums.
Yeah.
I say those are classics. I was thinking MI, but I think the third one might be a problem for MI.
Really. Is this a Chairman
one? The
third
one might be. Yeah,
Chairman is not a classic now. Off the road.
Yeah, it's
classic.
not a classic.
I don't.
I love Chairman.
I actually actually disagree. I think it is.
Emmanuel,
I think it is.
Emmanuel, you know Emmanuel is an MI stan.
No, I'm an MI. Yes, I'll say that. I'm an MI stan. I'm an MI stan too. But that was the crux. That was the crux of. I think the only point you can have against Chairman, or at least many points. I don't know what King Wallace's point is against that album. Sorry, Lumsey.
Let's start from there.
Sorry, Lumsey. I think the only points you can have against that Chairman album was its longevity or its shelf life at that point.
Yeah.
But people don't know this fact about it. Mind you, it came at the tailor end or the end of the quote unquote blog era where we literally just had iTunes and everything. So even Wizkid's Ayo is another album that falls into that slot of like, how can we tell the shelf life? Because when it came to iTunes and that transition period, it was very shaky way. It was very shaky way of determining like shelf life. But those two albums were next to Adele when it came to iTunes purchases for like say a straight, I don't know, 3-year or 4-year run. Again, it might be to the aspect of it being like, oh, they're transitioning now to streaming, but those were the albums that people were stuck on those platforms, at least on the marketplace for music at that point. So that was the argument that even MI would bring out today and say, look, it did this particular number of sales within the iTunes, within everything, and you can have a valid point for it.
I think people were too tough on Chairman, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny, and I think I hear this with the hip hop heads who usually,
it's the most commercial,
changed everything. If you're gonna tell this story of Afrobeats, whatever, you have to tell that story of those two albums, right? But to me, I enjoyed Chairman a lot. The reason I enjoy Chairman a lot, you can, I come across this with a lot of music from that 99 to like 2011-ish, right? Mm-hmm. The issue I usually have is like, these songs are really good. I just wish they give them equipment that would do those songs the justice they deserve, right? I wish they were mastered the way they were supposed to be mastered. I wish they had better production budgets and production materials like these people have now, right? I think MI's first two albums had hits, but like, in terms of me just being an audiophile, there's some songs I hear that sounds like it's Pangolo they're using to do the snare drums, right? And you're like, damn, like.
Okay, now you're getting critical.
Action film is one of them. Like, I wish action film was redone in 2024. Like, it would sound so good. So for Chairman, I feel like Chairman was where MI had the production that he deserved. Right? For his status in the game and everything. Now there are like some corny bars or whatever there. It is what it is. I think people were being too strict. Unlike most people, I think it's okay for a rapper to joke around and to say one funny bar here and there. I saw someone criticizing Skepta's Shokologobango show the other day. I don't mind it. I think that's funny.
Bro, it shows skill to be able to land it on beat, man.
Exactly.
That shit was hard, dude.
That shit was fucking hard.
Yeah.
It is.
No, please. I love Skepta. That shit was nice, but it was not hard. Hard is a hip hop.
No.
It was nice. Like I love what
that shit was not like. That shit is not easy to do.
No, it bangs. No, hard is coming from.
When you say shit is hard in hip hop, I'm talking about bars.
No, but when it's hard, it sounds good.
Then you have to go to all the raps from 2009 to 12 and cancel it, because all they were doing was hashtag rap. This toilet. It's something.
No hashtag.
Like, what the fuck was that? Like, that was terrible. So if they can get away with it, Skepta can get away with it. Just keep it that one. But yeah, I think people are a bit harsh with MI when it comes. I think that album, probably not a classic, but it's really good.
But yeah, really it's a very good album.
So
anyway,
so are we saying there's only like two people, like maybe Brimo and P Square?
I think Brimo,
Two-Face as well.
I think Dbanj.
Dbanj.
Dbanj has one, but I'm
Yeah,
not
the band rundown. The band rundown.
Wait, no long thing, rundown, entertainer.
It's not his first album. Don't worry, it's not his first album.
No, not first album. No, Entertainer is not his first album.
Entertainer is his third. No, no, long thing is his
Bro, Rundown
first.
is the second album, bro.
Guys.
Rundown is the second album.
Yes, Rundown is second.
Rundown is the second album. Entertainer is third one.
Yeah.
I think the first one is No Long Thing.
No long thing, yes.
Yeah, No Long Thing, yeah.
So those three classics.
Yeah, yeah, I think they are. They are.
Nah.
No, I think they are. I think, but
nah, they are not.
The only arguments.
Sorry, what are the songs on No Long Thing?
No Long Thing has Soko. It has Tongolo.
Soko.
Suddenly, I think. Mobolo. Yes. Yeah. No. Wait, Suddenly is in which one?
Suddenly is Entertainer now.
Oh shit, my bad.
He has Tongolo. He has Soko. He has some funny songs. I don't want to name them. So
he has there's one pastor song there.
I was a Dbanj fan, so I don't want to disrespect him. That's why. But that his first album is a classic, please. It's not.
No Long Thing. The reason why people mistake it with the second album is because some of those songs were later on the first.
Yeah.
Were later put on the next album.
It's blurry.
I think No Long Thing was pretty much an EP if you look at it that way. Right? Because
the first album, true.
It was pretty much an EP.
Yeah.
Right? But I saw what those songs did in stream.
Yeah, those songs were impactful, man. That's the thing. The thing is that with those three albums, the impacts were back to back to back.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm.
But Emmanuel, it seems we're just calling good albums. We're calling good albums classic.
No, but we're looking at the impact as well, right?
But Emmanuel, Eddie has a point. Please, I'm a Dbanj fan. I love him so much, but his first two albums are not classics. I swear.
Yeah, we can't just hand out classic albums.
I promise you, they are not.
No. But we're talking about. Guys. I understand these points. Trust me, we make these points. I make this point time and time again. But we're talking about an album that definitely documented a shift. Like when it came to his impact.
I know you say
if you talk about songs,
I agree. Good, I agree.
Right.
No, I'm a
I know people love
even if I know Two-Face was better than him, but I was the Dbanj fan.
That's not the debate though.
People love to go to Entertainer because that was the one where like Dbanj got to that point.
That's the largest noise.
That was that one.
Yeah.
But before Entertainer, remember there was a stage where Dbanj was basically untouchable. Let's forget Entertainer.
Yeah, because of his
bro, those albums documented those runs.
But Dbanj and Davido have a very, very, very similar trajectory. Like their hits were hits. They're not just
but they don't have albums.
But he didn't have enough. You get what I'm saying?
Lumsy,
everybody.
Lumsy, remember Durella? Remember Durella was trying to be like Dbanj?
No, that one Android Dbanj now. Android Dbanj.
Yeah, he had
well, to be fair,
you are funny. You guys
Dbanj is Android.
Exactly. People don't know this history. That's another history lesson with Durella and Dbanj. Because, bro, there's a misconception there.
Dbanj Jack is swagger.
Yeah, it's the other way around. Durella was more.
That's another.
No, Durella was more established, or at least had some reference. I think he had what's it called? There was a show there was a TV show where he was
MTV based, making songs.
Yeah, and this was before Dbanj.
Eddie, you're pushing 50. Come on.
I'm recollecting this because this was from a podcast. I can't remember. I think Osage covered this particular Durella and then Dbanj moment. But yeah, there's actual points to document that Durella was actually there. Can I mention?
I just put up Rundown Funk You Up, right?
Yeah.
2005. Can I mention some songs there? Hold on, please. Hold on. Yeah. Why Me? Right? Why Me?
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic.
That's a classic record.
That's the video where
classic. That's what.
Wait now.
Yeah.
Dbanj has classic songs, right? He has songs that when they came out, they pushed it. They make change impact.
Wait, Lumsy, you're interrupting him. You made your point though. Yeah.
Okay.
Mobolo was there as well, right?
But that was on No Long Thing too. I think
All the Way was there as well.
Yeah, All the Way was. Yes.
Was there as well. Rundown, but do you my fuck care?
Yeah,
that was there as well, right? In an album, let's see which one. Loke was there as well.
Yeah.
Not as big as the rest, but that was a huge song as well.
There was Tonosibe
as well, right?
Ikauda.
honestly, those are enough on an album for a Nigerian. Wait, are we saying that a classic album has
But
to have
Wale,
a
does
classic
those
from number
songs, do
one?
those
They're
songs
always
slate the
filler
same?
albums, huh?
But Wale, all these songs that you call the big that's hits, right? But do those hits, did they sync? Did they sync? Because in the album,
Not
right?
necessarily hits.
They did, bro. I'm telling you, they did.
I don't think so. I remember Dbanj from day one. I don't think so.
So rundown. So what I'm realizing, essentially, we run down, and if looking at the rundown and No Longton, classic. Oh, sorry, not classic. The albums, the packaging themselves. Like you pointed out, a lot of No Longton songs came into rundown, right? So it now feels like No Longton was like the precursor to rundown.
He was.
So there's a lot of cross. Yeah. So it's.
I mean, we can argue that. We can argue that whether that counts or not.
I think it's a fair comparison with the Davido thing. The reason why many people don't necessarily revere a lot of Davido's moments is that like it was actually no. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not, because he documented it with this project. Davido didn't necessarily document his peak like in 2017, but 2 years later is now when he did. So I would say Dbanj, this rundown. I think rundown of itself. Yeah, it holds up. It holds up. Rundown to Entertainer. I don't think it's fair to say No Longton and Rundown, because a lot of No Longton is in Rundown. This is now like, I don't know.
Fair.
But yeah, Rundown and The Entertainer, I would say so.
Two-Face for sure. Just to end it up.
Bro, if Unstoppable is a classic, I'm definitely 10 shirts for Rundown.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Is it okay? Is it okay for something to be a cult classic?
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
okay, so it's a
cult classic within. No. Dbanj cult classic, eh?
No. I say Unstoppable, cult classic.
Oh, I don't know, but any Two-Face album should not be attached to cult now. That was Two-Face.
No, but okay, no, you're saying you don't accept that it's a classic, but I'm telling you.
No, but I think it's arguable, but I could be, again, I'm not the determinant of what is classic or not, but I think I didn't see it as one before now. If you want to bring the argument to this. Sorry? It's not my favorite. That's why I immediately was like, I don't see it on the same way I saw Face to Face to Grass to Grace, right? So it's like, yeah. But anyway.
But yeah, just I to round it up. I hope that, because I've been listening to people speak, I hope we're not using foreign validation to
we're not
our albums.
We're not.
I know these songs are going global and everything, and we love it, but I don't want us to just be looking at only. I think someone said the other day, the other time I can't recall the name of the person who said it, but he was saying something. I may not agree with the delivery, but he was saying something about some songs being played in the Anapaja, right? And maybe not being played in other places. That is a thing, right?
Yeah, so that's where cults can come in. Same way we can look at the islands. People are playing Money in the Jungle in other aspects, right? So it's like it doesn't transcend across the board, right? But it's a cult classic.
Yeah, so we might. So that's pretty much my point.
Thank you so much. There's this Q Dot album. I don't even know if it is considered a classic, but that Q Dot project, man, from 2020.
The one with Moriamo.
Yeah, I like me.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sure they spawn it on the streets.
Yeah, on the streets, definitely, man. I think that would be one that didn't necessarily transcend, but yeah, I can definitely. If someone came in and say it's a cult classic, I can hear it. Anyway.
Yeah, Badu might have a shout
for 3 albums.
Yeah, it will be war, but I think.
Bro, he had 3 album of the year back to back. Even though Heady is not the standard. Even though Headies might not be the standard for most people, but there's value in that.
Yeah, it's Street OT. YBNL, Street OT, and Baddest Guy Valiant.
I think it's from Baddest Guy Valiant up. Street OT, Ayo Mayweather. I think in terms of I think from the Headies run, I think that was the run. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me verify.
Yeah, maybe Headies, but I think on a classic level, I think it's YBNL.
You think YBNL before? Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think Mayweather has No, and even after that, was it not no, it
was the Glory. Wait, when did?
It was Glory.
When did Ayo that come? Okay. That was 2015 after Street OT. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 3 is YBNL,
Baddest Guy, and
Street OT. Yeah.
Street OT.
I think that's if we were to make a case for.
Let me go back. Let me go back to that Headies list.
I personally place Street OT and Baddest Guy Valley up there. YBNL, I don't know.
YBNL for me is not necessarily the strong. That's why I didn't necessarily gravitate to it. But I think Baddest Guy Valley is the clear one.
Street OT should be a clear one. People just want to not agree to that. I don't know why there's constant pushback on Street OT, but Street OT
is there pushback on Street OT?
Everything we need.
Yeah, fair enough. So the albums for Olamide's run were so it was actually, so you're correct. So it's actually YBNL, Baddest Guy Valley and Street OT. That was the run.
Yeah, I was about to say, because there's no way they will give it.
It wasn't.
How did you do that?
It wasn't your Mayweather. I think from your Mayweather, that's when he just started bragging about his run. At that point.
Yeah. Street OT, because YBNL was the street guy that just started, right? Yao Boy and all that stuff. Baddest Guy Valley was when he was at the top of his game, and Street OT was him pulling it back to the streets and saying, you know what, I'm here to give Street OT. You understand? Like,
but YBNL also was where he was rapping the most.
Right? Oh, well, I will make
so if you really,
I can make a case for Street OT too.
Olamide's
rapping
as a rapper, that's probably your classic.
As a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. I have to go back to it. But his dance records there, though. But anyway.
Street OT was rap, and it was an evolution, right? Because there were also the young guys there. Right? I think that was where Kesh was introduced. Victor was introduced. Like, I think that's So there was an evolution. He rapped more than Baddest Guy Ever Lived for sure on Street OT.
He raps everywhere. He's just
I agree with you. And I do like Street OT. I'm just saying that we should not discount YBNL because that's Olamide at his best rapping wise. Listening to
I thought Baddest Guy had his best rapping.
Nah, I think Street OT had his best personally.
Really?
Yeah. Which one
was rapping on YBNL sounds like Meek Mill on Dreams and Nightmares, right? That hunger. Go listen to Voice of the Streets.
Yeah. Okay, Voice of the Streets is on YBNL, right?
Yeah, it's on YBNL. Like that's that album that he was.
I mean, Voice of the Streets is it's like top tier. He looked for Illuminati too. Yeah. Okay. Shit. I'm hearing the argument. I'm hearing the argument.
But wait. Yeah. No. YBNL is definitely between YBNL and Street OT. Baddest Guy Ever Lived is kind of pop leaning.
Yeah, it's the most pop. Yeah, but I still think it was rapping.
Baddest Guy Ever Lived, right? It has that intro with Pasuma. That's it.
I need for Oshe.
Sorry?
Is it Anifo you're thinking about?
No, the Ongala. No, the Ongala record.
Yeah.
He has that record. It has Blood Money. He had up in the covers like a trap record, which I saw.
Ongala. You mean Street OT? I thought you said Baddest Guy.
Yeah, I'm saying that it has Goons Me.
Yeah.
It has Hustle Already Respect with Reminisce. It has Actually, you know what? I concede. Yes, YBNL.
I think YBNL is the point.
Yes,
no. I think I agree with the YBNL for rap heads.
But it was on smoke.
Yeah, for rap heads, YBNL was the most hungry.
Because that nigga said, I only look up to God.
Yeah.
I only look up to God. Baba God Bonju. Looking at these niggas like, what they going to do?
No,
But I think my favorite rap moment is funny enough. Actually, my favorite rap moment for Bado is actually Glory. Is Owo Blow. I think that's my favorite rap record, Owo Blow. But then I think Street OT has Prayer for Clients. Yeah, like Blood Money, bruh. Goons Me, and I love Goons Me a lot.
Goons Me is okay. Goons Me is top tier Bado rapper, man.
Yeah, man. Oh fuck, man. Bado, man. That's my.
Yeah, that's a go. That's a go.
That's my fucking. Shinkoeku on that album.
Yeah. He was on. I think
were going.
Yeah.
Which is why I said Street OT like was like the younger audience at that point really loved that because he brought in Chinko, he brought in Cash, he brought in Victor.
Yeah.
Like he had, and then they were doing a lot more trap stuff. Like there was, there was an evolution to it. There was a cool nature to it, right? But I think like what Wally said, like for YBNL was just
YBNL was smoke.
That was fresh off Bado rapping in bars.
Yeah.
Like going to restaurants to rap, freestyle for them. Or like this beat, like God damn it, Bado was. YBNL is this where this track came from now, the one that is switching clothes. And he drew.
No, that was Rhapsody. That was his debut.
Oh my God, it's true. There's Rhapsody.
Yeah, people forget Rhapsody. Rhapsody is his actual debut.
True.
Yeah.
Rhapsody is the one that had Young Ericana, right?
Young who?
Right.
Young Ericana project.
Young Ericana.
A song?
Yeah.
I've never heard that song.
Yeah.
Where was trying to do like a Lil Wayne thing.
I thought his Lil Wayne moment was Any Duro now.
Yeah, look,
that's Lil Wayne now.
Younger.
It's like 6 foot, 7 foot.
Yeah.
But there's a record called Younger Kina. There's
a video where he's like, I think it came out like 2009, where he was like doing the auto-tune Lil Wayne sing rapping thing. It was alright, but I know it was before
YBNL. Yeah. Yeah, Rhapsody is his debut on that Eddie Kabasa.
I mean, there's always the trifecta talk about Burna, right? I know Outside is not the most
commercially or widely accepted
album, but yeah, I think Burna also has a case there.
With
Outside.
With Outside or from African Giant down to LD?
Well, to be honest, my personal bias, I don't like Love Domini. So
I know your personal but when it comes to
is Outside,
bro, the commercial dominance of Love Domini has to
I don't like that Love Domini album, man.
But the commercial dominance of it though, it's there.
But Love Domini is last, have you?
Yeah. Last if Plenty they had sharing record.
Last. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that album.
No, most Burna fans. No, I can see most Burna fans not gravitating to Love Domini.
Yeah, I think Burna fans would pick I Told Them over Love Domini.
Yeah, absolutely.
I Told Them is a better album.
Burna fans will say I Told Them.
Right.
Can you guys do me a favor? What you would do now is that any album that you did not hear or anything that comes back to your mind, the beautiful thing you can do is that you can follow the page Afrobeats To The World, and then you will respond to the page at us.
Okay, Emmanuel, I just said
use
Africa the classic.
You interrupt me, Jesus. Use the hashtag ATT.
Whoever was that was trying to be funny, man.
And you will then follow us. Tell us, what was the album that you did not hear mentioned? What was the album that somebody mentioned and you're like, I disagree? What are all the opinions that you didn't get to share on the stage today? Go ahead and do us a favor and please respond to the page, at us, follow us, use the hashtag. We truly appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. Go ahead, and also while you're at it, if you came and you're like, what was that thing that Lumzi said that it did not make sense? Go, and when the episode comes out on your favorite streaming platforms, you will go and you will listen to it there. And then you can come back and then at Lumzi and at us, and then tell us what was the thing that they said that was stupid. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate you guys.
All right, man. That was below the outro for tonight, guys.
Yeah, man, I see what you did there.
Belema said you people deserve homework.
No, but I mean, in a real sense, like, yes, for sure. If you didn't get a chance to speak, please definitely engage down in the TL comment section for the space. And guys, this was fun as usual. We're always tearing each other's shirts, but it's nice that we got to banter over albums and music that we love, and that's the main crux of it. Appreciate you guys. Be on the lookout for the podcast in case we're not getting everything that was cut today, and 5 hours might be scary for you and intimidating, don't worry, we'll break it down on the podcast platform. So follow the podcast, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. We did there, and see you guys next week. Peace out.
We're going outside. That's a classic.
All right, guys. Bye.
Another classic one.